If you love almonds,
Almonds? Yeah.
really love almonds,
I do.
I do.
I do.
you'll love the Mars Almond Bar. So many almonds, you get an almond in every bite.
An almond in every bite. Right. Yeah.
Plus real milk chocolate. So get an almond in every bite. Mars Almond Bar. And now Mars Sprint Bar and Mars Crunchy Chocolate Bar. The best chocolate on Earth comes from Mars.
In some ways, I'm old-fashioned and sentimental. I save love letters, and I press flowers in books. But I do like the modern way to have prettier hair. That's why I like Nice and Easy. It's got built-in conditioners, and the color looks so honest. It lets me be me. I guess that's why Nice and Easy is the world's best-selling hair color.
Now, here is a corn lover, and there's nothing more gratifying to a corn lover than to know that her mother has given her delicious Del Monte family-style corn. More people eat it than any other corn like it. This is a special strain developed to be sweet and tender. And when a corn lover is eating Del Monte corn, she probably doesn't need to hear me talking about how good it is, right? Well, then I'm just going to go into the living room and talk about corn to the sofa.
Nothing's too good for Daddy and me. Mom brings Del Monte home.
Purina Puppy Chow helps little puppies grow into big puppies. But then its job is only half done, because even after he looks full grown on the outside, inside his muscles are still forming and his bones are still growing for about a full year. That's why he needs a full year of the extra nutrition in Puppy Chow. Puppy Chow for a full year, till he's full grown.
Decision 88, election update. Here is Tom Brokaw, NBC News.
Good evening. Senator Bob Dole wins a doubleheader tonight in South Dakota and in Minnesota. Let us show you our projections now in those Midwestern states. Dole is our projected winner in South Dakota, and a very impressive showing tonight in Minnesota as well for Senator Bob Dole. And look what else happened in Minnesota. Pat Robertson, our projected runner-up, beating out Vice President George Bush. On the Democratic side, in South Dakota, Missouri Congressman Richard Gephardt, our projected winner over Massachusetts Governor Michael Dukakis. The vote now in South Dakota. As you can see, more than half of the vote has been counted. A very significant victory tonight for Richard Gephardt. It is his second Midwestern win. He won in Iowa, of course. Michael Dukakis spent a lot of money in South Dakota and was well organized but fell off the pace in the closing hours of the campaign. And Al Gore, who is trying to demonstrate that he's a national candidate, not just a regional candidate, gets only 8% of the vote. On the Republican side, Bob Dole, the winner in South Dakota, and another close race for second place between Robertson and Bush. If Robertson beats Bush here, it will be the third time that he has defeated the sitting vice president in the rural Midwest. So that would not be a good night for Vice President George Bush. We'll have a complete wrap-up on all of this tonight, including interviews with Gephardt and Dukakis at 11:30, 10:30 Central Time. For now, I'm Tom Brokaw, NBC News, New York.
Come on, you guys. The sun's already up. It's going to be a golden day.
Let's eat.
Oh, those golden grahams. Oh, those golden grahams. Crispy, crunchy graham cereal, family breakfast treat. Oh, those golden grahams. Oh, those golden grahams. Golden honey, just a touch with Graham's golden wheat.
It's a great tasting part of a complete breakfast for the whole family.
Try those golden grahams and have a golden day.
After you take away the bread, cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, and mayonnaise, what have you got? Well, with Oscar Mayer bologna, you've got meat, and lots of it. Cuts from the beef brisket, chuck, round, and flank. Cuts of pork side and shoulder, never cereal or filler. Oscar Mayer bologna. The beginning of a beautiful sandwich.
When can I pick up the pictures?
Thursday.
Thursday, okay, let me make a note of that.
You gonna write it down there?
I was going to,
Oh,
yeah.
well, then let's say Tuesday.
You mean 2 days earlier?
No, 5 days later.
5 days later, I thought as much.
If this customer were at a Photomat store, we'd be introducing him to our brand new picture pickup promise. Photomat's way of telling you exactly when your pictures will be ready.
That quick?
Sure, and if it doesn't work out, you get a free roll of film.
Oh, no. You get in trouble for
It's
that.
no problem.
Huh?
It's a Photomat policy.
The Photomat picture pickup promise.
Is there a Photomat store around here?
Saturday, the fun starts when Nancy meets Francie, Sunshine's mom.
Actually, we live a very quiet life here. Oh, I won't. And what do you call this? Bad timing.
Then there's a fire at the fishes.
The empty house 2 doors down, it's on fire.
Could Victor be a firebug?
These children are under my supervision.
Go fish!
And Starsky and Hutch are set up by the mob. Right after Blansky's Beauties and Fish.
I can't believe this. You know, Gravy Train's really been improved. Look how the guys go for it. It's a big improvement because Gaines just added a natural beef flavor. Improved Gravy Train even looks different. And dogs can taste the difference, wet or dry. Tests show they prefer its new beefy taste over old Gravy Train 3 to 1. It's fully nutritious, too. New Gravy Train, a big improvement in taste. Right, guys?
I missed my big chance last time. Angie, I'm not going to miss it again. There it is.
That's the Athena 2000 electronic machine by Singer. It's $100 off. Push these buttons. It sews 25 stitches.
Beautiful.
Even measures buttons and makes buttonholes to fit in one step. If you missed your chance last time, the big Singer sale is back.
Hey, Debbie, if you was my mother, what would you think of your son now? Huh?
Oh. You're the Pepsi generation. Come and have a Pepsi day. Come on, come on, come on and taste the Pepsi way. Come on, come on, come on and have a Pepsi day. Wrap a thirsty smile around it. Raise a Pepsi up and down it. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Have a Pepsi day.
Gestures you make will...
Are your teeth really their whitest, up close? Is your breath really its freshest, up close? They can be with new Close-Up, the toothpaste and mouthwash in one. Clear Red Close-Up has 2 whiteners that get teeth whiter than the toothpaste most people use, and a real mouthwash. So it not only gets your breath close-up fresh, it also gets your teeth close-up white. Close-Up is for close-ups.
This is Professor Goody speaking to you from a diving bell 400 feet beneath the ocean, where I'm about to prepare some delicious Aunt Jemima frozen waffles just for me, not for that pesky waffle whipper. Waffle, waffle, waffle. I take them from the freezer, pop them into the toaster, and light, crisp, golden brown with Aunt Jemima syrup on them. Aunt Jemima waffles for kids who like a square meal for breakfast. Waffle, waffle, waffle. Waffle, 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 waffle. Wallace, please, stop. All right, Wallace, won't you join me? Waffle, 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 waffle.
That's a waffle whipper whipping an Aunt Jemima waffle. They're in your grocer's freezer. Is there a waffle whipper at your house?
Waffle, waffle.
A bunch of kids looking for action. So what's doing out on the street? Is this the way we ought to use our boy power? Think about it. America's manpower begins with boy power. Let's not waste it. Be a volunteer worker with the Boy Scouts.
All over the world, the word for great coffee flavor is Nescafe.
We're the world's favorite brand of instant coffees.
In America, Nescafe's great flavor comes 2 ways.
We're the world's best-selling too.
Nescafe Regular in the red label.
If Nescafe can please the whole wide world.
And now Nescafe Decaffeinated in the green label.
We can sure please you.
Same kind of flavor. Nescafe Regular, Nescafe Decaffeinated. What's your pleasure?
When the family's all together, life's the best that it can be. Life's more fun when you're munching when you're munching Fritos. 'Cause Fritos goes with fun, and fun makes family memories. And old or young, life's more fun when you're munching Fritos. Munching Fritos. Life's more fun when you're munching one, when you're munching one, when you're munching Fritos. Life's more fun when you're munching one, when you're munching Fritos. Fried corn chips.
Don't come near me.
Thursday, John Amos, Ernest Borgnine, and the cop of the future are set up by a girl on the edge. Then a new puppy brings Chrissy and Jack closer together.
Yeah, there's nothing a girl likes more than a little tickle on the tummy.
Three's Company after Future Cop and Barney Miller.
I'll give you $50 for those sneakers.
$50. Okay? You can have them. They're terrible. It's to prove a point. Now, you wash in detergent alone, right?
Yeah, okay. Let's wash this sneaker in detergent alone and this one in the same detergent plus Clorox bleach. Now, see any cleaning difference?
The one I wash with my detergent is just 30. The one washed with Clorox looks so clean.
Clorox Clean. People can see the difference.
Hey, who woke me up?
Oh, sorry, Cuckoo. It's this cold. I'm stuffy and my sinuses. Oh.
Try 4-way long-acting nasal spray, Nose. It relieves stuffy noses and sinuses up to 10 hours to help you breathe easier so you can fall asleep easier. Hey, that's a blast. A blast that lasts all night. Thanks, Cuckoo. Your timing's right on the nose. 4-way long-acting nasal spray. The blast that lasts all night.
It's not too sweet. It's refreshing, crisp, and neat. Canada Dry Ginger Ale, it's not too sweet.
It's not too sweet. I repeat, it's not too sweet. Canada Dry cools your thirst. It's a taste that can't be beat.
It's not too sweet. It's a cold, refreshing treat. Canada Dry Ginger Ale, it's not too sweet.
Regular or diet, it's more refreshing because it's not too sweet.
When entering the world of art, you'd be smart to dress the part. Gentlemen prefer Hanes, with all the ladies draped in crepe. The artist loves the human shape. Gentlemen prefer Hanes. Hanes will make you smooth and silky, shapely, sexy. Wear a pair and you could be captured for posterity. Gentlemen prefer Hanes.
I hereby dub you the Easter Bunny.
Wednesday, a special family presentation narrated by Fred Astaire.
The Easter Bunny is coming to town today.
Let's all have a happy Easter.
The Easter Bunny's coming to town.
We here at the ad agency feel this commercial is provocative, motivating, and really class-a-roo. Now, what do you think, sir?
Only one shoe? Florsheim makes over 256 different styles. Show them all, big, big. What about the craftsmanship? Even our laces are better.
Have lace shoes?
Why don't we show a huge centipede wearing all the Florsheim shoes?
I like that. That could be a musical. Shaboom, shaboom.
Hey, I like that.
I like that.
Everything down.
I come to show you why mannequin flavor plenty enjoyable. I need water. See, water make leaf stretch. Wrap cigar well. Mouth enjoy flavor. Yes? Mannequin flavor special.
Sheer enjoyment.
Nobody can connect you with more of this country than United Airlines. With low-cost vacations from Hawaii to the New York Islands, to the mountains, to the oceans, to the sunshine, and back again. That's why in the friendly skies we say, your land is our land.
This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me.
It sounds like you've accidentally invented a thermochemical energy source.
A scientific wonder becomes a nightmare.
Someone's walking around with enough explosive to turn the city into a pancake.
A power that could mark the beginning of the end for the $6 million man.
How does your daughter feel about the wash? She couldn't care less.
Mrs. Shep just uses detergent alone. Let's see what happens when she adds Clorox bleach to one of her loads.
Which blouse would you rather wear?
This one. This one's much cleaner than this one. It's a good feeling to wear something clean.
Well, I said you wouldn't care. I mean, it's just so much whiter. It's very obvious. That's the Clorox one. And there is a definite difference. From now on, we'll just have to use Clorox.
Clorox makes the difference.
I see now that she does care.
Look, Linda, I just bought a new seamless support bra that's so beautiful. I have to show you. Oh, better show you this way. It's the Playtex Support Can Be Beautiful bra, and it's seamless.
Don't you love these pretty details? And these smooth, seamless cups. Plus the secret support designed for real support.
And you know, it's so pretty. It makes me feel pretty. The new seamless Support Can Be Beautiful bra from Playtex. Support can be beautiful.
The American Eagle, Goodyear's symbol for its all-American kind of radial tire. Goodyear is committed to product innovation. We introduced rayon cord in tires. We created the polyglass tire and the polysteel radial. And now the American Eagle, with belts of Flex 10 cord instead of steel. Flex 10 is made from a flexible man-made aramid fiber that's pound for pound stronger than steel.
The tire for America, the American Eagle, the tire.
Pardon me, what kind of dog food does your dog eat?
Young fella, there's two things I know. Checkers and dogs. Dogs like canned dog food. Especially Herman here.
Do you think he'd like Gaines burgers?
Well, he might. Yeah, leave this to me. Dogs like food that's moist and meaty.
But Gaines burgers are moist and meaty, see?
Go ahead, but...
And they taste terrific.
And you don't know nothing about Checkers, neither.
Gaines burgers dog food. The canned dog food without the can.
I found a recipe you won't find in a cookbook, but it's sure nutritious and a real money saver, too. Take a quart of Carnation Instant Non-Fat Dry Milk. Add a quart of whole milk. Mix, chill, and serve. You get 2 quarts of fresh-tasting low-fat milk and make a real savings on your milk bill. Carnation Instant Milk. Good for you and your budget, too.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts, Mounds don't. Almond Joy's got real milk chocolate, coconut and munchy nuts too. Mounds got deep dark chocolate and chewy coconut. Ooh. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Peter Paul, Almond Joy's got nuts, Peter Paul, Mounds don't.
Plus, now there's also a new Mounds with creamy rich milk chocolate.
What you're about to see is the world's most revolutionary telephone switching invention. We call it Super Switcher. It has almost no moving parts, yet handles 4 times more calls than its predecessor. It required an investment of $400 million, but should ultimately save $1 billion a year. And soon, every major American area will have one. Looks dull, eh?
Well, imagine that each of these cars is a long-distance call. This new invention can handle over 500,000 an hour. That's 5 days' traffic on a busy Los Angeles freeway. Super Switcher. It should go a long distance to prevent traffic jams on your long-distance calls.
The Bell System. People using technology to help keep down costs and improve service. Keeping your phone system the best in the world.
It's the first show of the new year, and the Captain and Tennille do it right. With their guests Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr., John Biner, Muhammad Ali, and Joe Namath. It's the new 1977 Captain and Tennille.
You are the apple of my eye, yeah. Forever you...
This is a cubic foot. There are 5 more of these inside the new Chevrolet than there are inside this year's older style full-size cars of Chevy's nearest sales competitor.
That's based on U.S. government estimates of vehicle interior size as reported in the 1977 EPA Guide for New Car Buyers. The new Chevrolet with 5 more cubic feet of room. It stacks up beautifully. Now that's more like it.
Fellow Americans, stop dragging your feet. Wear kitties when you're going to go out on a date.
Look great.
But do you know your feet need a little love?
Kitty knows.
What an agonizing, enterprising, hard kind of day you spend working overtime. You.
Live it small.
You. When you shop, you need shoes for it all. To say comfort and style. If you're young at heart or young enough to remember, come to Kitty and explore. At the Great American, Great American, Great American Shoe Store.
What's behind the brand of hot dogs you buy? You know you're getting solid value with Oscar Mayer and quality trusted for generations. There's wholesome meat protein from solid cuts of meat. The only meat Oscar Mayer uses. U.S. government inspected. Oscar Mayer selected. Oscar Mayer wieners and beef franks in handy twin packs. The flavor's as good as the good meat itself. Oscar Mayer, America's #1.
When did you start baking from scratch?
It's not scratch, Mom. It's new Pillsbury Plus.
A yellow cake this firm could only be from scratch.
It's Pillsbury Plus.
A cake this moist could only be from scratch. A cake this rich could only be from scratch.
It's Pillsbury Plus. The plus is pudding. Pudding right in the mix to add that moistness.
Rich flavor. New Pillsbury Plus, huh? Looks like scratch has met its match.
Cut. Reload. That's a complicated-looking machine, isn't it? Funny thing is, a lot of people still think that taking home movies is that complicated, too. If that were true, believe me, I wouldn't take them. For instance, he's reloading the film. Let me show you how easy Kodak has made it for you and me with a Kodak Instamatic movie camera. You finish one roll of film, drop another one in, you're all set. How are you doing, Charlie? Taking home movies couldn't be much easier than that, could it? You know, now is the time to start, too. When the kids are growing up, you're on your vacation, save the action and the color in movies. With Kodak projectors, movies are easy to show, too. And cameras start at less than $35. Actually, you know what Kodak does for you?
Try a taste of martini. The most beautiful drink in the world is the bright one, the right one. It's martini. Anytime, any place, anywhere. There's a wonderful world you can share in the bright taste of the right one. That's martini.
Why are women so...
Gentlemen, ladies, welcome to General Foods. Today, we're proud to announce a breakthrough in coffee. We're introducing the Perfect Cup. At first, I'd like you all to taste this new product, and then I'd be happy to answer any questions. Yes.
It's rich. All right, how'd you do it?
We discovered a process that removes bitter taste. Ma'am.
What kind of process?
We found that roughness and bitter taste went out as we reduced the caffeine down to 50%.
50%? Explain why you went to 50.
Let me show you. Run the film, Mike.
Smoothness and richness take over when there's 50% less caffeine than regular coffee. The Perfect Cup.
As simple as it sounds, that's the breakthrough. And speaking of a breakthrough, let's have a coffee break.
Introducing the Perfect Cup. Once you taste this coffee, you'll have no questions.
Well, you really did it to yourself this time.
Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is.
lovely bubbles, bursting into action, instantly soothing your upset stomach and speeding relief to your aching head. Alka-Seltzer works fast.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Hello, young waffle lovers, wherever you are. Professor Goody here, high up in this bell tower. And just so that pesky waffle woofer won't follow me, I'm pulling all the ladders up behind me. There, safe at last. Now to pop a couple of delicious Aunt Jemima frozen waffles into my trusty toaster. So light, crisp, golden brown. Oh, I could hardly wait. Waffle, waffle, waffle. Waffle, 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 waffle. Sorry, Wallace. These Aunt Jemima waffles are just for me. Waffle, 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 waffle. Hey, now. Waffle. Wallace, please. Waffle, 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 waffle. Oh, very well, Wallace. Won't you join me? Waffle, waffle, waffle.
This is a waffle whiffer whiffing an Aunt Jemima waffle. You'll find them in your grocer's freezer. Is there a waffle whiffer at your house?
Waffle?
Cost of living got you down.
Prices are so high, I take a ladder to go shopping.
Cost of living got you down.
Money used to burn a hole in my pocket. Now it isn't even there long enough to get warm.
There's one bargain left in town.
Campbell's Soups. Try chicken with rice. Best parts of the chicken, fluffy rice, and 2 chicken stocks for extra flavor. About 6 cents a 7-ounce serving.
Sit right down and get your Campbell's worth.
Birth defects strike over 250,000 infants a year in this country alone. What can we do about it? Plenty. You know, research has shown that some birth defects can be prevented by proper prenatal care, and that includes good nutrition.
Well, that's not bad, but 4 pounds in 2 weeks isn't terrific.
I'm Mark Hamill asking you to protect the unborn and the newborn.
Those dirty rings. You'd scrub them, soak them, even bleach them. And you can still come out with... Ring around the collar! Now, try whisk around the collar. Pour concentrated whisk right on the dirt. It sinks in, starts to clean before you start to wash. Whisk around the collar beats ring around the collar every time. Whisk.
Here's Lucy. Was brought to you by Whisk. Whisk around the collar beats ring around the collar.
Mother Care take care of you before you're born and when you're...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mother Care, go up to 10.
You can go there when you're big, go there when you're small. You can go before you've scarcely been anywhere at all.
Now Mother Care, go up to 10.
At Mother Care, you're sure that the prices will be right for a grown-up girl or a tiny little mite.
Now Mother Care, go up to 10.
Such special care, such sensible prices for mothers-to-be and children up to...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Happy families, Mother Care, go up to 10.
Fireplaces glowing, icicles growing, hearts overflowing with cheer. It's that wonderful season we all find so pleasing, the Toys R Us time of year. The world's biggest toy stores, Toys R Us. The biggest selection, Toys R Us. It's the Toys R Us time of year. Toys R Us.
My name is Mr. Bubble. Let me show you tubs of fun.
You can be a bubble nose.
With Mr. Bubble.
You can have some bubble toes.
With Mr. Bubble.
Or be a bobblehead.
With Mr. Bubble. I'm safe and gentle, and I make getting clean almost as much fun as getting dirty. Have a tub of fun with Mr. Bubble. He makes getting clean almost as much fun as getting dirty. Mr. Bubble.
What makes you think I'm a spy?
Two-way radio, micro tape recorder.
What makes you think I'm a spy?
On what?
Chocolate. Minstrels. Not like ordinary chocolate. Crisp sugar shell on the outside and surprise, surprise, smooth milk chocolate on the inside.
Chocolate?
Mm-hmm.
You do surprise me.
Minstrels. One of life's more pleasant surprises. Candy crisp, chocolate smooth.
Check, check, testing, 1, 2, 3. Ah, fuck it. Totally. Yeah, baby. That's the ticket. That's me. I'm here. I'm weird. Get used to it, baby. Totally Television Tuesday. That's it. That's all there is to it. Let's talk about some TV. No, I don't wanna. I don't wanna talk about TV. I'm mad. I don't wanna. Can't do it. Who the hell is that? The 80s were cool. Let's see here. Guten Morgen. Just sending a link to a friend. There you go. Because I can do that. There you are. Come on, go back to live. There it is. There we are. We're live again. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. That's what we were before. Yeah. So there you go. Things is happening. Things is really happening. So yesterday we went to, of course, to do that. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna do this real quick, just because I want to check out my truck and see if I'm. Hey, all right. I was just checking to see if I got my center post lined up there correctly, and it looks like it's lined up here. That's great. That's just totally great. That's just totally great. Because, you know, that's the way I like it, you know, when things are working. Totally. I think I put on a movie yesterday. It's hard to remember. I know I watched something yesterday. It would help if I write these things down, but I can't even remember to do that. So there you go. It is the 21st. It is 1 month exactly after my daughter's birthday. And we are 10 days away from Halloween night. Halloween.
Shut up. Stop making that fucking noise.
I got my cobwebs here, a bag of cobwebs. I'm going to use those to decorate.
Yeah. Decorate. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to decorate.
I figured I'd put some spider webs hanging around here. Nothing too much. I'll probably use most of it outside along the front of the house around the door and the porch. And then I'm hoping that we can get us a jack-o'-lantern to put outside on the porch to let the kiddies know that we're treating.
There we go.
And then I'm thinking, rather than a Saturday, first Saturday of every month, we should get the community together at the first Sunday of every month in the afternoon. Sunday, most people aren't working on Sundays. In the afternoon, most people have already done their Sunday stuff, their church or their park or dinner or breakfast with families or whatever. So I'm thinking Sunday, the Sunday after Halloween. And I'm not going to do too much. I'm going to put hot dog party. We're going to do a hot dog barbecue party. And I'm just going to buy a couple of big packs of hot dogs, a few big packs of buns, and a bunch of condiments. One of those 3 packs, the relish, the mustard, the ketchup, and then a thing of mayo. We'll chop up some onions and peppers and do that kind of stuff. And then we'll do like potato salad and beans, right? A really cheap meal, but it's priceless because it's going to get everybody together. And then let them know, bring your own drink. And then we'll say, okay, look, this was the first one. Let's plan another one. Let's pick the correct weekend that we want to do every weekend, and we'll do it that. We'll do, the third or first or second weekend, whatever. I'm assuming that right after the first would be the best because people have paid their bills and they've got a few bucks in their pockets, right? They might decide, let's do it at the middle of the month, the third Friday or the third Sunday of every month, which is fine by me. I just want everybody to get together. It doesn't matter when or why. But then we can decide, okay, look, we're going to do this the next weekend that we get together. And between now and then, let's all think about how we want to fix this problem. This is the problem that we need to fix. Let's work on this throughout the month. And anybody can get in touch with me, stop by and see me, send me a message, yada, yada, yada. So we're going to do that. The first order of business should be to get a community mailbox bank put in out front here, and then get our mail delivered here so we don't have to pay $250 a year on post office boxes, because that's what we're each paying. We are each household in this community is paying at least $240 a year for a post office box. That needs to change. I don't mind having a post office box. I like that. But not at that expense, and not when we could just install a mailbox and get mail here. The thing is that they have a policy, the post office, with mobile home parks that on their signage it says overnight camping. They can't deliver mail to a place that does overnight camping. Now we can stipulate that, look, these overnight camping spots are not, it's not a numbered site, right? They can't come here and say, this is my number, because they don't have a number. They got a field. And we need to explain this to them, that when they send an RV up here, it parks in that field, period. Even if once in a while they stick one up here with an electrical and sewage and water for a couple of nights, right? As long as the post office believes, like we do, that the trailers, RVs, they park in the empty field where they can pull in, turn around, set up their crap. But there's no electricity, no water, no sewage. We have no dumping here. So it's not a trailer park. It's a mobile home park. It's a community. And we need to find a way to put that in writing so that we can take it to the postmaster general or the postmaster down at our post office and have it fixed. Look, this is the sign. It does not say overnight camping. Here's there's no yellow pages anymore, so there's no advertising there, right? And just fucking fix it. That's a lot of money. That's a couple $1,000s a year going down the tubes. Several thousand, right? That's too much. That's great for the post office, but it's horrible for us. We shouldn't have to spend that kind of money to get mail. Getting mail should be free. So my wife has been talking about this for the longest time. You need to get out there and get everybody together and fix this. And she's right. She's right, because everybody's putting out too much money. And if there was a mailbox bank up there that the post office can get into, put mail in, lock it back up and it's safe, what the problem is. You know? Solution. Easy. We get together, we each throw in $50. We buy a mailbox bank with enough boxes to take care of all of the sites in the park. We get together with the maintenance guy and the park and decide where to put it and install it. Number them all for one for each residence in here. Don't even put a number on the ones that are vacant, right? Don't even just pass it up. There's here's 13, there's 14, and here's 15. Don't put a number on 13 because, we're 14 because we're not going to use that. There's nobody there. So we don't want someone to assume there's somebody there. On the inside of the boxes, it should say vacant, 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 right? So they know, do not deliver to that number unless it gets changed. And the only people that should be able to change it should be the management. Get it all installed, get it ready, and then turn it over to the management. So, okay, here, look, there's a set of keys for the post office, a set of keys for you. Bada bing. Bada bing. Yeah, hear me now, forget about me later. Because, that's just the way to go. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. I wore my teeth for 12 hours yesterday, and I thought, I'm not putting them in. I'm not putting them in this morning. I'm gonna get done here and go back to sleep is what I'm gonna do, because I was up at about 2 o'clock this morning to take a leak, and man, I got up and I was literally. Usually I wake up and I'm like wide awake. And this morning at 2 or so, I got up and my eyes were just hurting. I felt just exhausted, right? When you get that feeling in your eyes, that's the worst. When you get that just horrible, did you get the dead eye syndrome? I don't know, it just felt, man. I didn't feel like that after I laid back down for a couple of hours and got up. My eyes are still a little sleepy, but Snoopy kisses always help. There we go. Snoopy kisses. I saw another Snoopy at Stater Brothers, and it was one with a leather flight helmet on. So this is not the Red Baron one. This is like a magician superhero one. So I thought about, do I want to get that Red Baron one? I kept looking for Woodstock. My daughter said, yeah, my friend Deja, she's got a Woodstock. And I'm like, oh, jealous. Oh. Because they're the guys. What I really want is a little red dog house to put him on top of. Maybe I can make one out of those big heavy-duty popsicle sticks for crafting. Make one out of that, right? That would look cool. Little Snoopy. I'd have to do lap siding, and I'd have to trim the round edges off, and put little corner beads. Make it look really cool. Paint it all up. I'm going to switch over to my comments here. Am I gone? Am I gone? What? There we go. There it is. I'm going to turn that on. Switch to live comments and say, oh, there you go. Oh. Yeah, anywho. It's one of those days. It really is. Last night, I was fiddling about with some music, playing around with that song Working Class Hero again from John Lennon, and looked at a couple of other songs that I had been screwing around with. I don't recall offhand exactly. I know Bluer Than Blue was one of them. That one was kind of tough. And then I was looking at some more Doobie Brothers and a few other little musical tidbits. Yeah. I watched a bunch of A-Team last night, had it on while I was just sitting on the couch vegetating. I believe I ended the evening with a little bit of Ninja Warrior before I just decided to crawl in bed. At about 8:30, I think by 9 I was lying in bed looking at TV going, now what? It's just a time filler. That's pretty much what the TV is around here. It's something to occupy sound space and visual space. That's all it is, right? Something to look at when you're passing by, something to kind of be in the room with you when you're just kind of hanging out alone. I spend a lot of time alone. I do. My wife and daughter are always busy doing their things. Like me, I'm busy doing my things. They're busy during the day, during normal working hours, normal business hours. They're up doing stuff. Well, not my daughter. My daughter does the night shift, the graveyard shift around here, which is when she gets stuff done. During the day, when she's awake and out and about doing stuff with us, she tries really hard not to focus on schoolwork if she can help it. Sometimes she can't help it, and she's locked into her room, sequestered all the time. She comes out for food and says hi and goes back in, and that's it. And that's all we get, and that's okay, because that's what is required of her. That's her job, is to bust her ass doing homework. But it's nice when we can all come out here and be together. But most of the time, I'm out here alone, talking to myself, doing my little weird things, watching my weird shows, my weird movies, listening to my weird shows and music and stuff. So we don't, even though, most of us are here most of the time, we don't really spend a lot of time. I think my wife was, I was out here watching Ninja. Our daughter was in her room watching or playing something. And my wife was going through a bag of stuff in the bedroom. And I went in there and said, so what's going on? And she says, gee, I started these last year and never finished them. And they're pot holders. Every year she makes a few pot holders to give out to friends, right? So she knits one side and then sews another side on the other with a nice pretty pattern, something fall or winter, something holiday. It's usually not holiday. It's usually like fall or winter, so that you don't have to. It's not like, oh, I have to wait a year again to put this out, right? So there's that. So she worked on that last night. What I preferred, she sat on the couch with me and played the mandolin. Oh yeah, but I'm not going to force it on people, I figure if people want to come and hang out here, if the family wants to be out here, they're going to be out here. Every once in a while I'll say, hey, I'm going to watch a movie. Anybody? Nope, okay. So then I just come in here and watch the movie now. Billie Jean, The Legend of Billie Jean is now on Roku. And knock on wood that I don't jinx that now it gets taken off. It's usually not on long. So I'm going to suggest to my family that today sometime, we sit and we watch Billie Jean, The Legend of Billie Jean. Helen Slater, Christian Slater's sister, and Christian Slater are both in it, as well as the girl who plays the voice of Lisa Simpson on The Simpsons. She's also in it. It's one of those teenage rebellious youth movies where the kids are wrongfully accused and they just say, fuck it, and it's really good. It's a really good flick, and it put her on the map, and then she fizzled away, right? It's like she had that opportunity to just bust out and make a kick-ass career, and she must have been handled wrong. She must have had the wrong people working for her, because she did a few things and then she just evaporated, right? Even Christian Slater, I think maybe they had the same agents or something, because both of them for a little while kind of went away, right? I mean, Christian Slater was on top with Heathers and Pump Up the Volume and all kinds of shit. And then he fizzled out for a couple of years. And then he didn't really come back until he was with John Travolta in Broken Arrow, right? At least that's kind of how I know he actually had a cameo on the Star Trek movie Undiscovered Country, right? He came and he woke up Captain Kirk. And that was about the time of his fizzling career, But I dig me some Christian Slater and some Helen Slater. So we need to watch The Legend of Billie Jean. It really hits on with me because... not because it's in Corpus Christi, Texas, Corpus Christi. It was a crispy corpse. Not because it was there, because I'm not a Texan, but because it was in a trailer park. The family lived in a trailer park. The whole thing began in a trailer park, right? And just like The Last Starfighter, right? Where the setting is a roadside trailer park, which is where I grew up. I grew up in roadside trailer parks. We live right now in kind of a roadside trailer park, mobile home park, but it's this. What's the difference, right?
I'm telling you, baby.
No, don't tell me. I'm gonna heat up my coffee. So I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. I'm going to learn how to make PNGs or GIFs. Hello. Am I talking to myself again? Hello. Every once in a while I can hear myself whispering under my own breath. It's like, what am I saying to myself? I don't know. What am I saying to myself? I don't know. What are you saying to me? I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. Yeah, I'm back. I am back. So there we go, baby. I'm back, baby. It's live, baby. Okay. This is Tuesday. This is what we do on Tuesday. Same thing we do every day, Pinky. Try to take over the world. Yeah, that's it. That is it. Hashtag release the cure. It's there. They have it. Release it. Release the cure. Quit fucking doing treat. Hey, good morning, WW. Quit it with the treatments. Release the cure. Hashtag release the cure. Good morning, brother. What's up? I missed you, man. I've been lonely. Oh, that's good. That's good. Let's see. Yesterday I did go down to university with my daughter, and nothing yet. I could pick something if you'd like. And I got In-N-Out, dropped her off, and went and had some In-N-Out, some hamburgers, some cheeseburgers. No fries, just 2 cheeseburgers and a Coke. I just wanted protein, no carbs. So, and then came home and had some barbecued chicken and potato salad. And that was good. And then I very quickly yanked my teeth out because it was like, 12 hours, I can't take it anymore. And I used the extra Max Hold adhesive, and it was like, by 10 hours, it was squishy. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm going back to the other stuff. And I guess try to eat before 8 hours, right? Because after that, it's hit and miss if they're going to work. I can pick an album of the day if you'd like. I can go grab something. You just give me the word, and I'll pick out a band and an album. It'll be weird. It'll be obscure. And then all you have to do is pick a letter of the alphabet, right? How's that? If you pick a letter of the alphabet, I'll pick out something obscure. Obscure. Oh. I have one in my head. I'm just going to grab it. This one is Pink Floyd, Obscured by Clouds, because I got obscured. So I decided to go get Obscured by Clouds. Pink Floyd, Obscured by Clouds. And that is the title track on number 1. When you're in Burning Bridges, the gold, it's in the What's the Deal, Mudmen, Childhood's End, Free for Stay, Absolutely Curtains. Yeah. And this is La Valley, Obscured by Clouds, La Valley. And isn't this a music from the soundtrack? So there we go. Hey, Joey, good morning. So this is Pink Floyd, Obscured by Clouds, La Valley soundtrack. And that's the album of the day. So there, Boogie, Boogie, Boogie. 4. Surprise. 42. That's a good one. That's a good Floyd. I need to get a few more older. You know what? I'm an early Floyd guy. Everything up to, it's like Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here, and then I'm like, and then I fade. Just like all of the other groups, once they kind of leave that 80s, I just kind of fade. Ah, you got that album too, huh? So what's going on, Joey? Good morning. What's with the 4? I'm gonna say you didn't just work 4 hours, but Spacey Floyd, totally. What's with the 4, brother? Forehead? No, I got a hat on. Foreskin? No, I got underwear on. Shut up. Man. I just want to live while I'm alive. That's all I want to do, is I just want to live while I'm alive. That's it. That's my goal, is to live while I'm still alive. Nothing fancy. I get out a couple of days a week, pick a letter. I see. So you're just being facetious. Either that or the kid's a tardoid. What's up? You are so funny. 42. You got Umagumunga. I believe I do. Let me go check. I believe I do it. It's either here on LP or on 8-track, but I believe I have it on LP. Yeah. And so I've got all of those, the usual ones, right? Dark Side of the Moon, Animals, The Wall, stuff that I remember listening to a lot of in the 70s and 80s. Mustard. I'm a tard. Mustard. I love it. This kid's got my sense of humor. Yeah, baby. Well, I'm a turd. Just turd. No, really. I love me some Pink Floyd. I don't get to listen to enough music here because I'm always fractured, right? I just want to sit on the couch, put on an album, and just go. But it seems like there's always something getting me up off the couch or knocking me down into bed. But yeah, I really want to just sit on the couch and listen to music. Just sit on the couch, listen to music, play games. That's pretty much it. That's all I ever want, right? Since I was a kid, right? Since I was a little younger than Joey, right? In my probably 10 years younger than Joey. That's all I wanted to do. It's from like the age of 15 on to now. It's just be comfortable, relax, listen to some music, and just chill out, right? And mainly because growing up as a kid, I didn't have that. Why do you have to have the air conditioner on? Well, because I spent a lot of time sweating as a kid and as a young adult. And if I don't have to sweat, I'm not going to. If there is an air conditioner that I can turn on to keep me from sweating and to feeling bleh, I'm going to use it. Last night, I got up at like midnight or something, and I was like, okay. I wiped the sweat from my forehead and went over and closed the window and turned the air conditioner on, closed our door. It's like, okay, that's it. I got to get a couple of hours sleep. And as soon as that air came on and it got cool in that room, I was out. I got to be refrigerated in order to sleep well. And so it's got to be cool enough that a fan is going to do that job. And if it ain't cool enough, on goes the AC. That's it. I used to be concerned a lot with food, right? It was like being comfortable and having something good to eat. That was important. During the day, I'm not one. I've definitely lived too much. During the day, I'm not one to do a whole lot of drinking juices and sodas and different drinks. I'm a water guy. When I eat a meal, I want something to drink to accompany that meal. I'll have a little bit of water or something, but I want a soda or a juice or a lemonade or even a beer, something other than just water, because I spent a lot of years as a kid eating a bologna sandwich with bread and bologna and water, because there's a faucet right there. Go stick your head under the faucet, get a drink. And that's what it was. Are you thirsty? There's a faucet. Are you hungry? Make a bologna sandwich. So I try to treat myself. You're old before your time. It ain't the years, baby. It's the mileage. I put a lot of mileage on this chassis, and my resale value is none too good. None too good. Yeah. They haven't come up with replacement parts for my model yet, so I'm screwed. I'm just screwed. Right? Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Totally. Here you go. Breaking news. I'm a fucking vegetable. Oi. Really. That's it. That's all there is to it. So what the hell is going on, man? What the hell is going on? I keep coming back to, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I keep coming back to the arcade idea. And I hate it when I get tortured with an idea that seems so unattainable, right? There's no way I can afford the lease on a building, let alone buying a half dozen machines, a pool table, an air hockey, and a couple other things, right? Not to mention the repairing of all of those machines. How do I fix that shit? I would literally have to find someone who can do that and teach me how to do it, or teach a kid how to do it, right? It's just the more I think about it, the more crazy it gets, right? And yet at the same time, my brain won't leave it alone, and it does seem somewhat within reach. Like, if I had the backing to put this together, it could happen within a few months, right? It's literally, the building, lease the building, stock it with the machines, make everything work, make sure the place is painted, have some old vintage TVs around, have just old videotapes to stick in, and just play old videotapes all fucking day long. And then eventually grow it enough so that it could move to something else, right? But the initial chunk to get started, at first I'm thinking, ooh, a couple $1,000. That wouldn't even cover the down payment on the lease. And then I'm thinking, ooh, 20 or 30. That's not even gonna get the place fixed up and ready. Well, 80,000? We got machines to get, tables and stuff. So I'm thinking, gosh, $120,000 is a starting price at this point. As a rough estimate, $120,000 to start. That's to sign a year lease, right? With an option to stay if the rent doesn't increase, period. If the rent increases, we're done. We're moving. We'll stay for, whatever it is. Yeah, sure, we'll sign another year lease at that price, but then we're getting our own building. So it just seems, and from a a non-businessman, it seems really, really tough, you know. What I need is somebody who's studied business, somebody who knows older electronics, right? I can pretty much take care of everything else, right? I can restore machines. I restored a Tron arcade video game for a friend in his shop. Stripped it down and cleaned it, sanded it, painted it, and he had new graphics to put on, and I just didn't want to be responsible for putting on those graphics. I didn't want the responsibility of fucking up these graphics that he had gotten created for the sides and the front and everything. And I painted it, got it all ready, and I was like, okay, I gotta walk away from it. And then of course, by that time I had gotten some real work, and I was back to work. But I could do that. I could bring in a dozen old popular video games, a pool table, air hockey, some kind of shuffle thing, a snack bar, very, very basic snack bar. I'm talking a refrigerator filled with cans of sodas and waters. One of those machines that rolls the hot dogs and cooks them, a bun warmer drawer, and a popcorn popper, right? Bags of chips, hot dogs, sodas, waters, and just after school snacks. That's it. Eventually have little candies and stuff. I did, I had my own booth for venues and car shows and markets and art festivals and that kind of stuff. So I had my own little vending license and booth and resale license, my tax number, all of that. So I could go buy a bunch of stuff, take it, set up, and sell chips and candies and ice waters and sodas and all that stuff, right? And just double my money. And that's what it was. I was doubling and tripling my money. It wasn't worth the effort. So we stopped doing it. It was a lot of effort to go out and buy all of that stuff. And then the day of to go and fill the coolers. I had 3 big giant coolers to fill them all full of ice and drinks and everything. And then at the end of the day, you don't sell everything most of the time, right? And so you wind up bringing home a lot of it. We ate a lot of snacks out of the van, out of the stuff that we had to sell, because we'd get done with it and we'd have to bring it in, and then it would be in our house and we'd have to store it. And in between things, we'd eat stuff and you'd drink stuff, right? Because it was just going to waste. I remember one time we were coming back from one of those shows. We were coming down the mountain, and I looked over, and there had been a convoy of Marines coming through, and one of the trucks had broken down, so another truck had stopped with it, and there were 2 trucks, big trucks, filled with Marines in the back, because it was one of those war game things where they had to ride in the back of the truck all the way from Camp Pendleton to 29 Palms. So there's just a shitload of soldiers out alongside the fucking road, right? And I'm like, oh my God, look at these dudes. And it's like 120 degrees out. The truck is broke down. They're waiting for a tow, and there's nothing. They're in the middle of the desert, right? And I'm like, all right. So my wife's like, what are you doing? I went down, I turned around, I came back up the hill. I pulled over. I went out and I said, hello, sir, who's your CO? And so they waved over the CO, and I said, look, I just came from a car show, and I've got a bunch of stuff left over that I didn't sell, and I'd like your guys to come and get refreshments. And so I opened up my cooler, and I opened up the back of the van and the boxes of food, and I said, hey, you guys, grab a drink and a snack. And they all lined up, and they all marched single file up to the back of my van. They reached in, they each grabbed a drink and a jerky or a chips or, you know, whatever. And they said, thank you, sir. And they turned around and walked. Each one of them walked up, grabbed 2 items, turned to me and said, "Thank you, sir," and walked away. 10, you know, a whole fucking squad of guys sitting there in a truck. And I'm not one of those overly patriotic guys. I saw a bunch of dudes alongside the road who were doing a job, and they were stuck in a situation, you know. And I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And I just pulled over and hooked them all up, made sure the CO got something, and said, "All right, you guys, you know, take it easy, thanks a lot," and took off. And I didn't make a big deal out of it, you know. I just said, "Hey, you know, I got some extra stuff, and I got enough for you guys to come over and get something," you know. And I was happy that the CO let it happen, because he could have said, "No, we're not allowed to do that," you know, because I'm a stranger. I'm a weird, strange guy pulling up out of nowhere with food that could be tainted or laced or all of this kind of stuff. And this was 10 years ago, right? Less than 10 years ago. So that kind of thinking was there. But I don't know. It was just, I had to do what I had to do. And what I had to do at the moment was to not take home. I said, I'm just going to take this stuff home and sit on it until the next show, dude. So get your guys to come over here and grab some of this stuff. You're helping me out, right? Because the profit margin on this stuff. And it was like, well, am I going to sit at home and eat this stuff? I don't want to. I don't want to eat bags of cookies and chips and jerky and stuff. It went to a good cause, so. You know, I'd have probably done the same thing if I'd have seen a half a dozen backpackers walking up the road, because that happens a lot. Just people who like to walk from one end of the fucking country to the other. I don't know. I'd have done the same thing for them. Or if I'd have seen a little homeless encampment or something, I'd have done the same thing there. You know, so... Of course, I didn't do these vending things too much. I think we did it for like a year, and we did a dozen shows or something. And it just got to go all the way down in the desert and load up, and then drive that van one time we loaded up with so much stuff, it was like, oh shit, we overloaded the van. And then we were driving home with no shocks. It was like, boom, boom. We were like every bump on the road. There was no play left in the suspension. I had to drive real slow. But in order to do what the costs, that's how we had to do it. Go all the way down to Sam's Club and load up the van. And then come home with stuff packed up around you, you know, in a minivan, completely packed. Yeah. It just got, you know, too much. But if I were doing that in one place, right, having a bunch of food delivered every month, you know, okay, let's fill the freezer full of dogs. Once a week, we're going to go out for the weekend and we're going to buy a bunch of buns, right? Or have a bakery deliver them. And go about the cheapest way of getting the simplest little snacks out to the kids. But I still don't see it starting for anything less than around 120,000. How do I raise that kind of? Can I crowdsource that? I don't want to take on partners. I don't want to sell public interest in the thing. Later, if it's going to be adult involved, it's going to be a bar and a stage and go-karts and all kind. Then I would want to take on some investors, perhaps. Some silent partners who are going to throw in some money and pull in a few bucks. That I can do. Or a local partner who wants to partner up and then get involved with the running of the place, right? But I would never sell more than, 49% interest in the place, because I would want controlling interest, period. Hey, good morning, James. What's going on, dude? We're just sitting here bullshitting, dreaming, talking about stuff. How to start up an arcade for less than $120,000. Yeah, because the machines alone are going for, a pretty good chunk of change, So I would have to raise a lot of money. I would have to have one or two investors from the start, but people who would want to invest so that they actually get a job out of it, right? And are pulling in a few bucks here and there annually, depending on what the profit margin looks like. All right, here's our annual profit. All right, and everybody gets a little chunk. All right, everybody gets a little chunk for their pocket. People who have invested. But being able to keep a bunch of kids in the neighborhood busy, doing the shit that I used to do, that would be fucking priceless, you know. Just a dozen machines, a pool table, air hockey, a little this and that, some pinball machines, and just start off simple. And then just have TVs all around the place with old school movies and music videos airing, just going around and around and around. And hire a kid who learns, an IT kid who learns, who apprentices how to fix these old machines and runs the videos, runs the music, deals with the lighting. Somebody who deals with all the technical stuff, but make it a kid, make it somebody 16, 17 years old who's going to get into this and kind of make it their, you know, their life. Vintage retro technology. That would be cool. And then just keep expanding until you can't fit anymore in that building, you know. And by then, hopefully, there would be a building available. Something big, build a warehouse, and or buy a warehouse, and within the warehouse, divide it up into what you want, right? Just like that I should have taken some pictures of the giant rock meeting room out here, because it has turned into that, a nightclub in a warehouse. It's awesome. Because you would need a warehouse in order to deal with air conditioning and all of the. You would want high ceilings in some places you want low ceilings with a second story and technical stuff. But man, just an arcade. That's all I want. Just an arcade. Flynn's, right? And just call it the arcade. Period. I mean, nothing fancy. Michael's, our crazy old weird arcade. No, just the arcade or arcade. And then that would be the name of the restaurant, the nightclub, the mini golf. It would just be arcade, right? And it would be, everything would be under one hat. You know, were you dining tonight? At the arcade. Were you guys playing tonight? At the arcade. Were you going to go watch a movie tonight? At the arcade. You know, I'm going to go ride go-karts at the arcade and make them old school, not the new shit, make them old school go-karts, right? And each department, you have to have kids coming in to learn this older technology so that they can continue on. And once they learn it, they have to literally teach the employees under them, right? Handing the torch, right? Passing this older technology down to the new generations. I mean, there would be a DJ booth, right? You got the arcade and everything going on, and up here you got a DJ booth behind glass or up in a room, right? And he's got every way to play any kind of music or video, and he can control the lights, and that's his job, you know. And when there's a machine to be repaired during the off hours, that's his job there. And maybe we've got somebody to come in at night on the weekends to help him with the DJing end of it. Live music, out on a stage, dining, the works. Just a kind of a well-rounded place. But it would just start with an arcade. Start with an arcade, work it for, you know, a year while you're investing in a large piece of property with a warehouse. You want a large piece of property because you're going to think big. You're going to think in the future you're going to want to have these other things, mini golf. And, hey, Lucy Lemon, good morning. How are you? Thank you for subscribing. Pardon me. I'm just sitting here doing bong hits, drinking coffee, and dreaming about owning my own arcade, old school arcade. That's what I do. I dream. So, yeah. It is totally Television Tuesday. So we also have the option of talking about television, old 1970s and 80s TV stuffs. So, welcome to the show. This is James. You probably know James, WW, and Joey. Welcome, Lucy, a new friend. And on that note, I'm just going to do a bong hit because I've been waiting. And since you're Lucy, Snoopy kisses. There you go. Just sit in there. Yeah. Some days we play live music. Some days we play recorded stuff. Grateful Dead music. Old 70s and 80s TV commercials. Movie trailers. Educational films. We can pretty much play anything here in the morning. Breaking news. We can do anything we want on this show. Within reason. So there you go. I'm playing around with new graphics. I've had these programs for a couple of years now, and I just finally learned how to put up live graphics. So, Dreamin' the Light, fantastic. I love it. I love it. Light is fantastic. It is. I think there's a fantastic on my channel, an educational film called Fantastic. Totally. A lot of educational films on my channel. Morning Movie Memories. If you go to that playlist, there's like hundreds and hundreds of educational films from the 70s and 80s and earlier. There's a lot of old-time radio shows on my channel. There's some old-time television, some In Search Of, some That's Incredible. There's a whole lot of weird stuff on my channel. I've stopped uploading weird stuff right now. I'm just concentrating on live. But come the first of the year, I think I'm going to get back into uploading some kind of new content. More than likely, it'll be original content. I'll get into scheduling, forcing myself to create a new project every week or two. Yeah, baby, you do that, but around my world, the sun worships me. Yeah. Puff the Magic Dragon, that and Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head were my two favorite songs when I was a little kid. When I was a little kid, I was at some point back in time, I was young. I promise you, I was young. And I am going to prove it. I'm going to prove it. I am going to prove it. There we go. Late 70s. Mid 70s. There we go. Is that it? Miscellaneous. Miscellaneous. Dope. I got a bunch of family pictures here, so I'm just kind of looking through to see if there was a picture here that would give you an idea of what I looked like when I was a punk. When I was the punk. 1978. No, that's not the one I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. There was one here that... Oh, slides. Slides. Family slides. That's the one. That's where... I always forget that I've got so many family photos. It's just ridiculous. Here we go. All right, so we were talking about Puff the Magic Dragon. Thank you for that, because I love a good... I love a little kick in the ass, yeah. So, back when I was a kid, life was going swell. Till something happened, blew everything to hell. So this is me back in 1973, and my favorite song was Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head and Puff the Magic Dragon. And that's the dirty, grubby little kid that I was, with my little train jumper on. Everything that I wore was either a hand-me-down or a thrift shop special. I don't remember having too much new clothes, unless it was from my grandmother. And she would bring underwear and socks and ugly sweaters. Totally, man. So there you go. That was me. That was me. Yeah, thanks. Too cute. Yeah, not too cute. Yeah, more like one cute or a half cute. I was always trying real hard, really. I was always trying real hard to be liked, to be accepted. I was pretty young, yeah. At this point, right there, I would be 5 or 6 years old. And I remember that. I totally remember that. I remember the house. I remember the bedroom. I remember the stuff. I remember the stuff up on the shelf here. Let me see. Here we go. This stuff. That plane. I remember that plane. Its front wings were broken off. There's my little Fisher-Price thing, flashlight. Oh, that's not a flashlight. That's a kaleidoscope, I think. One of those binoculars. The stripes on the wall. I remember my father painting this room. The stripes on the wall were red and white. And he painted everything. He painted the walls, and then you see this pop out here. This was a cabin in Sierra Madre Canyon back in 1973. We lived there for about 3 or 4 years while my father attended Pasadena City College and worked as a DJ. But my hair at one point was almost platinum white. It was so it was just so blonde, right? I used to get a lot of shit about my hair being so white. And one of the things was that there was no one in my family that had blonde hair. My mother had blonde hair sometimes because she bleached it. Usually her hair was a reddish brown, right? So there's one of those things, one of those twists and turns from back then. And let me give you some shots of my mother from back then. Totally. All right, I gotta show this. This is my mother in a nutshell. A nutshell. Towhead. Dude, they used to call me Towhead. There's my mom. This pretty much sums up the 70s here. Everything from the nose candy here to the nasal spray here to that ashtray in the tin filled with weed. This here was an army poncho that my father had, right? Yeah, that pretty much sums it all up. Priorities. That picture was taken inside of the motorhome that we were living in back then. And here are us, kids, at said motorhome. There you go. And my sister had brown hair. My brother had dark brown hair. The dog had black and white hair. I remember that shirt. I loved that shirt. It was puffy. The turtle on it was made of a different material, almost like a vinyl plastic, and it was stitched on there, and it was kind of poofy, and I loved to just touch it. So there's my brother and my sister and myself in the middle, and our dog Gypsy. She was our babysitter. My parents were hippies. We lived in Sierra Madre Canyon, counterculture hippie. My father, a Vietnam vet and ex-greaser and, what do you call it, car club guy. And my mother was a surfer. And they were forced to get married after she got pregnant. And that was pretty much it. That sums up the whole 20 years. They were forced to be together. There you go. And I remember when they finally separated. I was like, by then I was, in my teens, but I was like, oh, finally. Fucking finally. What are you staying together for us for? Jeez, it ain't doing us any fucking favors. Yeah, baby. But we lived in a motorhome, and we took those motorhomes everywhere. We took those motorhomes everywhere. And the Sightseer 2 is one of them that I remember the most. And I'm going to leave you with this while I go heat up my coffee. I'll be right back. Okay, so let's recap. Let's recap what's happening here. Let's see. My mother's really that sad. They lived nowadays. They would never have gotten married. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. And then I never would have been here. My father used to ask me, what if your name was so-and-so? What if I'd have married this girl and you were a redhead? And I asked my daughter the same thing. What if? And she gave the same answer that I used to give my father. It wouldn't have been me. It would have been somebody else. So why are you asking? Only I can be me. And posing a question like that is ridiculous, because if you had married someone else and had a kid, that would not have been me, right? Had you changed my name, well, that's different, No, I wouldn't have liked that name. I like my name. And that's exactly the answer that she gave me. And that's freaking hilarious. So Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park is the movie of the week. Obscured by Clouds, Pink Floyd. Music from La Valley. That is the album of the day. We have some TV guide here to read from at some point. I got pregnant twice, married twice, divorced twice. See? Twofers. excellent. At least you're consistent. And that counts for something, right? Consistency. That's good. Good for you. Good for you. Good for not sticking with something even, though you could have just stayed there and wrote it out. 50 years later, I just wrote it out. I've been married almost 26 years. And it doesn't seem like that. It feels like it's gone by too quick. It feels like 10 years. Some people are like, man, it feels like I've been married forever. It just doesn't, For the most part, my wife and I just get along because we're so different, right? And then once our daughter came along, there was like there's no chance of separation or divorce or any of that. But that's why I waited. So I waited till I was like 30 to get fucking married. So, because I didn't want to get divorced. I didn't want to marry somebody and then have it fall apart. And I just waited and waited and waited. And I finally, found somebody who wanted the same things. We're completely different, but we want the same things. And that's all that matters, which is how humanity should be. We should all be able to do our own thing and be completely different, but we should all want the same things and work on the same things: clean food, clean water, clean air, good education, good health, that kind of stuff, right? And if we worry about those things, all of the other bullshit just falls away, right? It just falls away. Marriage has been programmed out of people. Self-involvement has been programmed into people. Not owning property is the big thing that they're programming into people. Don't worry about owning a house. Don't worry about this. Just rent. Because they know that the money for them is in monthly payments, not one big payment. Yeah, you buy something and then what? You got to find a way to give them a monthly payment. That's why TV went private and streaming. And everybody's got their own place to stream. Because there's more money in that than putting on your little, rabbit ears on your TV and tuning in Channel 5, There's no money in that. Honestly, I've never known how there's any money in that. It's all from advertising, admin, crazy stuff. I've been thinking about this song a lot lately, and it's exactly, it's like every year, every day, this song is like, it means so much, Yeah. John Lennon's Working Class Hero. It's one that keeps coming back to me. Keeps popping back into my head. And it's those darn lyrics that are doing it, right? It's them darn lyrics. John Lennon just had a way of kind of stating the obvious, right? Yeah, marriage is impossible these days. It's not impossible. It's just that people have become so selfish, they don't want to share themselves with anyone. They don't want to share their lives. They don't want to give up of themselves. Like I was reading about Diane Keaton, and that's exactly why she never married. She was selfish. Admittedly, she didn't want to give up her freedom, herself, and I get that. But there also comes a point in most people's lives when they're just alone and they know they don't have to be. but they do have to accept somebody into their world, right? And that's what's hard. Yeah. They should do a Beatles tribute with using the kids, the Beatles kids, because there's enough Beatles kids that they could put something together, right? Get old Jeff Lynne. Does Jeff Lynne have a musician kid? You should get old Jeff Lynne to kind of put it together, right? That'd be great. Oh man, this song. All right, I'll go ahead and take off my headphones and I'll pick up the guitar and I'll fiddle around with this a little bit. Wish me luck. I guess she enjoyed being alone. Yeah, she did. She actually adopted 2 kids. Sean Ono Lennon plays with Les Claypool from Primus. Ooh, interesting. As soon as you're born, they make you feel small. By giving you no time instead of it all. Till the pain is so big you feel nothing at all. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. They hurt you at home and they hit you at school. They hate you if you're clever, despise a fool. Till you're so fucking crazy you can't follow their rules. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. When they tortured and scared you for 20-odd years, then they expect you to pick a career. When you can't really function, you're so full of fear. I can roll that up here. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. I don't know if this is right or not. Keep you doped up in religion and sex on TV. And you think you're so clever and classless and free, but you're still fucking peasants as far as I can see. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. There's room at the top and they're telling you still. But first you must learn how to smile as you kill. If you want to be like the folks on the hill. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. If you want to be a hero, just follow me. If you want to be a hero, then just follow me. I don't know if that's right or not, but that's what I got out of it. I guess I'll have to listen to the song at some point. That's what I remember when my friend used to play it. Yeah, Diane Keaton dated Woody Allen for a while. I love their movies that they did together, especially Sleeper. Sleeper's my favorite. She was so young, and she hadn't really been corrupted by Hollywood, right? And she was just a pretty face and a really, really cool chick at that point. And then she evolved into the Diane Keaton and the Annie Hall Diane Keaton that she kind of remained her entire life. So once again, I forgot to put on my my sign because I keep making these graphics here. I forgot to put it on again. Live music, live music, live music. So we'll just leave that on so that if we play some live music again, it's already on. So there you go. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate your just staying here. I'm glad I didn't scare you away with my music. Not that I would consider it much music. Why is he so self-deprecating? I'm just not a musician, and I just want that known, that I'm not a musician. I don't sing professionally. I've never learned how to sing. I never learned sheet music or how to play or any of this. I just fiddle around. I just noodle. I'm a noodler. Okay? Manhattan, there's another good one. Totally. I think it's time to get together a little hitski here. I think we're going to set the bong aside, because I tend to get too into the bong and smoking too much bong hits, right? So I'm going to use my one hitter. I'm going to go to the one hitter and just break up a little doobage here and do a little one hitski, little hitski-bitsky. I'm going to be learning some new music every week because that was mighty fine. Because it helps me to stay playing. The stuff that I play, I've been playing for years. The newest stuff that I've been playing for years, except for the last couple of songs that I've learned or tried to learn. More. Okay. All right. That's cool. I appreciate it. I totally appreciate it. Let me do you an original. Originals are fun. I got to bring out my lyrics though, because I don't have a good memory. My memory is shots from childhood, brain injury. I'm trying to learn one song a week, or if not learn it, at least explore it and play with it and put it in my repertoire so that I can further enjoy it, right? Here it is. Find the right books. So let me do an original song, because original songs are fun and I don't get to play them too often. So there we go. Do that. All right, so we're going to do another original. Message redacted. Oh, gee, she retracted a message. I'm a YouTuber. Well, I'm just a tuber, because I'm a couch potato. Right? All right, let me try that again. I got this boogie in my soul. I think I'll smoke another bowl. I'm gonna have to get real high, and then I'm gonna have to fly. With this boogie in my head, ain't nothing left to be said. I think I'll head right off to bed. I think I'll slip into a groove, one that really makes me move. And then I'll have to get real loose, just a drinking on some juice. My life is filled with so much pain, I think it's driving me insane. I got this boogie in my brain. This old cowboy is feeling good, just a cruising through the hood. Can nobody bring me down when I'm feeling like a clown? With this cool jams on my box, dancing to Seeger in my socks. Cammy T's the one that rocks. I got this boogie in my beat, one that makes me move my feet. Put my 8-track in your slot, the funky chicken and robot. Because my life is feeling sweet, my shoes parade me up the street. I got this boogie in my beat, I got this boogie in my soul, boogie in my soul. I got this boogie in my soul, boogie in my soul. I got this boogie in my soul, boogie in my soul. I got this boogie. That is Slip Into a Groove by Yo, an original. Let me take a break for a minute. I'm going to sleep. See you later. Peace, love. Take care of yourself, brother. Good morning. He's heard these songs before. Like the Ramones song. Nice. Yeah, take care of yourself, brother. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that, Lucy. That one was for you. That was Slip Into a Groove. I wrote that a couple of years ago when I just slipped into a groove, and I started writing lyrics at work into my phone for 2 days. I just kept speaking lyrics. And then, and I came up with that, Slip Into a Groove. But now my hands are shaky because I'm not a musician and I get nervous. Peace, brother. Take care of yourself. Love you. See you again soon. See you in person real soon. Well, not soon enough. Joey's not going to be back until September or December, so we just have to wait. We just have to wait. I do have more original songs and more covers, so we can fiddle around some more this morning. My plan is to keep doing the live music as much as possible because it's the only real time that I actually get to practice, right? Is here in the mornings or late at night sitting on the couch if I've got the energy, right? So, yeah, I really have fun. I'm not a musician. I'm not a singer. But I've been noodling around since I was a teenager. And I put the guitars down for a long time. I really did. I put the guitars down. Oh, no. I'll be back with gifts. You better not. Love you, dude. You take care of yourself. And you are the biggest gift when you come to visit. Just remember that. You're the gift. Your presence is more than enough. But thank you. Thank you. You the man. All right, I'm going to do this real quick. And I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do this. And we are going to do a preview of Halloween. Here's a Halloween preview. Driving down the road, trying to loosen my load. Got a world of trouble on my mind. All right, we're going to do that, baby. I'm going to be over here, and I'll have the wheel, and I'll be driving from this side over here. Actually, I think I'm going to put a dummy here. Set up a dummy to drive so I can be the passenger. Can you play Alice's Restaurant? Oh, hell no. Oh, my God. Yeah, if I knew how to read music and all that, then that would be easy. But no. That's an impossibility for me. There are songs that I want to learn, but because they are so difficult, right? There's just no way. It's hard to learn new chords. Every once in a while I get a song where it's like, hey, that's a new chord that I could check out, right? In fact, there was this one song. Yeah, Arlo. I've got some Arlo Guthrie. Woody Guthrie, right? Is that his father? Arlo, Woody and Arlo. Hold on just a second while I go and look up something. And see if I can find this one here. No, that's not the one I was looking at. That's not the one. Is that the one? Maybe that was it. Maybe that was it. No. Damn. I hate it when that happens. I try to find some music on my phone, and my phone doesn't save my search. That sucks. Uh-huh. That sucks, baby. That just sucks. That just sucks out loud. That sucks out loud. It sucks potato sauce. It does. Let me get back to live here. All right, there's my monitor again. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. I love the story. I try to listen to that every Thanksgiving. Do I have that? Do I actually have Alice's Restaurant? I think I got it on 8-track, but I don't know if I have it on. If I have it on. A, B, C, D, E, F, F, E, F, G. E, F. Frampton, E, F. The Brothers Gibb, some Nick Gilder, Jay Giles, Go-Go's, Grand Funk, some Grateful Dead, some Genesis. Where's some Guthrie? I need Guthrie. Where's Guthrie? Hello, Guthrie. Guthrie. Hello, Guthrie. Are you there, Guthrie? Guthrie. I don't see the Guthrie. Yeah, I don't see it. Is that it? Is that it? What is it? Huh? Yeah, I just don't see it. I'm not seeing it. Sounds like Grim Reaper. Oh yeah, I got a lot of weird stuff. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. I swear I'm back. Alright, what do we got here? I gotta catch up on the comments here. Learn that for Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's long. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. It would be fun, but I would need somebody just playing the guitar, right? I could do a little strumming, but somebody else would have to be playing the guitar. It's a really intricate song. There's a lot of storytelling. There's a lot of hemming and hawing, and well, and it's just it's a tough one to master, right? Just the trying to speak with a song is really tough. To try to play a song and then talk during it. Mom and I followed Arthur around the country in a fair. Oh, that's great. From fair county to county fair. That is great. You finally got to meet him. Well, then it paid off. That was cool. That's awesome. Cheers to AG. All right. Storytelling in a song is very, very difficult. There's one storytelling song that I do that's really kind of tough, and it's like one of the only storytelling songs that I can do right now. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see if I can do it. Oh, it's this thing. That's what's screwing me up. It's slightly delayed in there. All right. Yeah, back when I was a kid, life was going swell. Till something happened, blew everything to hell. The night my daddy stumbled in all pale and weak, he said, a woman up the block just gave birth to a geek. Mom said, sell at the circus. Ah, what the heck. Dad said, nah, this one's a pencil neck. And if there's one thing lower than a sideshow freak, it's a gritty, scum-sucking pencil neck geek. You see, I take a pencil that won't hold lead, Looks like a pipe cleaner attached to a head. You add a buggy whip body and a brain that leaks. You got yourself a grit-eating pencil neck geek. Pencil neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking pea-head with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-gut, losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Wah, pencil neck geek. Wah, pencil neck geek. Wah. Soon the geeks were popping up all over town. You couldn't hardly sneeze without knocking one down. And after a nice juicy steak, well, if you need a toothpick, just reach for a geek, yeah, he'll do the trick. One day we used to cut one up for fishing bait. We learned our lesson just a little bit late. Soon as the geek hit the drink, well, all the water turned red. Next week, sure enough, all the fish were dead. Pencil neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking pea-head with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-gut, losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Wah, pencil neck geek. Wah, pencil neck geek. Wah. Yeah, most nights you know where I could be found. Stomping some fucking geek's head into the ground. So keep the faith, 'cause in me you can trust. I won't give up till every geek bites the dust. Pencil neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking pea-head with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-gut, losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Wah, pencil neck geek. Wah, pencil neck geek. Wah, pencil neck geek. Pencil Neck Geek by Freddie Blassie, the wrestler. Was a Dr. Demento hit back in the 70s, one of my favorites from the show. Better Off Learning, coming into Los Angeles, bringing in a couple of keys. Oh, there's a good one, yeah. Totally. Or the Pickle song. Oh, you guys. I just want to ride on a motorcycle. I'm telling you, man, you guys and your pickle bikes. Oh, geez. All right, pickle bike, pickle bike, pickle bike. Oh, look. Oh, look. David said he liked my link to the shows, this morning's show. Maybe he'll stop by. Maybe Dave will stop by. That'd be great. Well, that'd be great if Dave stopped by. Chances are he's working, so probably not. He climbs to those top of those wind generators, those big, giant, tall ones with the big, giant propellers. Right? He climbs. He works on those. He's crazy. He's a guitar player. If you watch my music video for Let's Go to the Movies, he's playing the bass and the harmonica on that. Dave. So good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. It's time to take a hit. The Customs song. I don't know. I don't recall the name. There's one that I do want to learn. It's what is it called? I have to go through the song in my head to get to the chorus, right? It's not working. It's not working. Pickleball. No, that's not it. Yeah. Totally, man. I was hoping I was going to get to play this morning. I didn't put my teeth in because I'm going to get done here and probably go take a nap. Yeah. So I didn't want to have to deal with it, you know. But I'm beyond the whole, oh my God, my teeth. I'm beyond that. It's like, you know what, I'm old. If you can't handle it, Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I don't give a fuck. I haven't really ever cared what people think, so it's okay. It's totally okay. It's okay. It's okay. Just look toward the light. We're going to get you through the tunnel. Just walk toward the light. Just, no, don't go into the light. In the light, Carol Ann. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Coming into Los Angeles. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. I think that's it. Yeah, baby. Ooh, I just heard my stomach go. Totally. Yeah, totally. So I've been learning a couple of other, or trying to learn a couple of new tunes. So it's basically, it has to be kind of a guitar ballad. If it's kind of a guitar ballad with pretty much easy chords and easy to strum, then I can probably pull it off if given enough time. It's not going to sound identical by any means, but oh yeah. I try to only lay down for like no more than 90 minutes, or I just want to sleep all the rest of the night. But most nights I only get a couple hours sleep because I got insomnia. I've been trying to fix it by getting a couple of bong hits in me and then getting into bed by 8 or 9 and then just kind of laying there and, you know, just kind of detoxing, you know. And then I still get up every 45 minutes to an hour all night long. Every time I turn over, every time I get up, take a leak, I'm wide awake. So that's kind of a bummer. So that still keeps me awake. But it's becoming easier to get back to sleep. So I think last night I got into bed and I was laying down at 9 and I got up at 4 and I think I got probably 5 hours sleep. Maybe at the most. So yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. Breaking news: I have insomnia, and it keeps me awake. It also makes me pass out in the middle of the day too. So there you go. What are we gonna do this morning? Well, before 7, because I don't know what the morning's gonna hold for me. Let's read from one of these TV guides, right? It is Tuesday, so let's read from a Tuesday TV guide. And we are going to read, this is one with, it actually has Muhammad Ali on the cover, right, during his acting period. So there you go, there's that. So we've got a Tuesday, October 30th, 1979, the day before Halloween, 1979. We are going to go to prime time. We are going to go to 7:30. We always like to start with Hollywood Squares. 7:30, October 30, 1979. Robert Hayes. Robert Hayes was the star of Airplane, the movie. The guy with the drinking problem and he'd throw the drink in his face. That was Robert Hayes. Eileen Brennan. She was the one who played the commanding officer of Private Benjamin on the movie and the TV show. Richard Keel, I don't recall that name. Lauren Tuis, I recall that name. John Biner, comedian. Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis. Ooh, that would be, you guys tell me, what band are they from? All right. It's coming to me, it's coming to me, it's coming to me. Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis. They are, okay, fine, it hit me. Who are they? I've tried everything. You know what helps me sleep? Not the booze in the bottle, but just take the empty bottle and smack myself over the head while chewing on the cork. That always puts me out. So we got Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis from, of course, The Fifth Dimension. George Gobel, Melissa Gilbert, and Tony Randall. Melissa Gilbert. Little Melissa Gilbert. Wow, you can hear my chair is really squeaking. And then we go to 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Happy Days. Casper's Halloween Special. Nova. CBS Reports. Mr. Jefferson's Legacy profile. 8:30 Angie. Angie. That Angie, that's one with Robert Hayes. Donna Pescow played Angie on Angie, but Robert Hayes from Airplane, he played the male lead on that show. And of course Peter Scolari, who later on went to work with Tom Hanks on Bosom Buddies, right? So there you go. There's a little bit of knowledge for you to partake. Witch's Night Out. Gilda Radner supplies the voice of the washed-up witch. Oh, isn't that nice? And we got at 9, Three's Company. Freedom Road. The Ku Klux Klan. Ossie Davis narrates 1979 movie. Ooh. Muhammad Ali, Chris Christopherson, John McClellan, Fred Covington. There's a lot of people in this, huh? Wow, isn't that great? Fifth Dimension, you got it. You got it. Always make sure that your live is pushed all the way to the right, the little thing, because sometimes there's a minus and you're behind the live. Sometimes I'm behind. Sometimes you guys are usually about 30 seconds behind where I'm at. So the comments come in sometimes, and they're a little out of date. Looks like the bad day. Quit drinking airplane. That's it. That's a bad day to quit sniffing. Bad day to quit sniffing glue. That was my favorite one. And then he just, and his hair is like, yeah, that was a good one. F-16, Sale of the Century. Wow, world documentary. One-on-one movie drama. Koch, Jack Lemmon directs this story with Walter Matthau. And what do we got here? Bullseye War documentary. Soundstage, Gordon Lightfoot. And at 11:30 we've got Johnny Carson with Tony Bennett, Bess Armstrong, Domino's expert Bob Specca, and David Horowitz. David Horowitz was the man back then. We need more David Horowitz. He was a consumer advocate like no other. And he would go to companies and say, look, we've gotten letters that from people who say this product sucks and they want it fixed. And he would get shit done. He would get products on the market fixed, right? They fixed him. Poor guy. And then, of course, tomorrow is Tom Snyder, but they're not telling us what is on Tom Snyder. So there you go. Cheers, Tom Snyder. And David Horowitz. Good old David Horowitz. The man. He started as the greengrocer on one of the local TV stations out here in California. And then he started doing consumer advocacy because people would write to him and say, hey, look, I got these squishy fruit and I got this from the supermarket too and this sucked. And then because he got in good with the stores and the supermarkets and the companies and stuff, they would change shit. You know, they would fix products that were being sold that were wrong. You know, and he got into doing product recalls on things. You know. David Horowitz, the man. We need another David Horowitz. We need a bunch of David Horowitzes. David Horowitzes. Witzehoruses. For dignum-frigicizisms. Oh, jeez. Now I forgot how to talk. When I wear my teeth for 12 hours and then take them out, there's a period where I'm lost. I try to bite down and it's like, oh crap, that's right. I would prefer to keep them in now. They're more comfortable. I'm more comfortable with them in as long as they're not hurting my gums. Right? But sometimes I just have to keep them out because I can't get done here and then take them out and then go back to sleep. It's the adhesive stuff, right? That's the bummer. Drinking, smoking, puking. Oh, that's what I like to do. So, how about another song? There you go. There's that. There's that. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Right. I've got to print some stuff out. When I print stuff out, I print it out so they can fit it all on one sheet with the chords where they're supposed to come in. And it's a lot easier for me to deal with than to try to have it here on this thing here and then try to scroll through it and go through all that. What I need to do is just put them onto my Word program until I get some ink to print them out. Your time is going to come. Well, you know what? Your time is going to come too, and so is hers, and so is his, and so is theirs. Poor little Snoopy. Heaven forbid he wind up in the landfill. But everybody's time is going to come, yeah. And I don't know how to play that Led Zeppelin song. So forget it. Isn't that Led Zeppelin? I don't know. I don't know. What's really hard is to try to sing the way the song is supposed to be sung, and playing the chords at the same time. Because when I'm playing a chords, I want to usually just kind of harmonize with the chord, or sing with the chord, sing the note that the chord is, and so it's hard to hit those notes that bounce around the chord that the vocals are doing, and that's what I have trouble with when I first learn a song. A capo. A caper, I need a caper. When this whole world starts a getting me down, and people are just too much for me to face, I climb way up to the top of the stairs, and all my cares just drift right into space. On the roofs as peaceful as can be, and in the world below don't bother me. When I get home feeling tired and beat, I go up where the air is fresh and sweet. Get away from the hustling crowd and all that rat race noise down on the street. On the roof's the only place I know, and there you just wish to make it so. Up on the roof night, the stars put on a show for free. And darling, you can share them all with me. I keep on telling you that right smack dab in the middle of town, I found a paradise that's trouble-proof. And this old world starts a-getting you down, room enough for two up on the roof, up on the roof. Come on, baby, come on, darling, up on the roof, up on the roof, up on the roof, up on the roof, up on the roof. I'm getting a little better at that one. That one's fun. That's a fun one. Up on the roof. Ledge for your head, totally. 49 degrees, south central Pennsylvania. Wow, Pennsylvania. I've got a friend up there in Pennsylvania from one of those 8-track groups. Lee is up there in Pennsylvania. 52 degrees in Asheville. What do we got here in in sunny Southern California in Joshua Tree right now. It is a balmy 57 degrees here in Joshua Tree, California. The high is going to get to 80 today. So there you go. So there you go. That's another one. That's a Carole King song made famous by the Drifters and got a lot of radio play with James Taylor in the 70s when he did that, when he did his version of it. He, of course, dated, I think, both Carole King and Carly Simon, right? Didn't he? But, man, that music is just that one takes me back. That one takes me way back to when I was a kid. That one's like one of my mother's songs, right? Yeah, Up on the Roof, man. I love that one. I love it. I totally fucking love it. That's one I got to get printed out and practice that one all the way through. Because it's just so... It's so me. You know? I wish I could go up on the roof sometimes, but I don't. I'd probably fall through. Oh, you like Joshua? Oh, James Taylor. Yeah, James. I'm thinking Joshua Tree. You know, that's what we call Joshua Tree, JT. But yeah, James Taylor. I love me some JT too. I've tried to learn some other James Taylor stuff, but they're also his cover songs that he's done, right? So it's kind of, James Taylor is kind of a fun one, but it's kind of a rough one for me to do a James Taylor version of something. Oh, there's one. Oi. There's this one. Hey girl, hey girl, hey girls, gather round, listen to what I'm putting down. Hey baby, I'm your handyman. I'm not the kind to use a pencil or rule. I fix broken hearts and I'm no and I know. Oh wait, here it is. I'm handy with the love and I'm no fool. I'm no fool. I fix broken hearts, girl, you know I truly can. Yeah, so hey girls, gather around, listen to what I'm putting down. Hey baby, I'm your handyman. I'm not the kind to use a pencil or rule. I'm handy with the love and I'm no fool. Alright, that's enough of that. I'm not going to screw with that one because that's got so many changes there that I just haven't practiced. Alright, but we should go into something else because I hate to leave you dangling. So let me do something that I've been working on lately that is new, but I think it's probably a little easier to get through. Oh, jeez. Maybe not. Alright. James Taylor songs are hard to play. Yeah, a lot of I don't try to finger pick. Very rarely will I try to finger pick because it's beyond my ability, right? So I don't. I just strum. I'm a strummer. I like to strum. I've always been a strummer. A noodler and a strummer. Don't you feel it? Don't you feel it going day by day? People are getting ready for the news. Some are happy, some are sad. Oh, we gotta let the music play. What the people need is a way to make them smile. It ain't so hard to do if you know how. Gotta get a message, get it on through. Lord, now, ma'am, don't you ask me why. Oh, 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 listen to the music. Oh, 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 listen to the music. Oh, oh, listen to the music all the time. Well, I know you know better everything I said. Meet me in the country for a day. We'll be happy and we'll dance. Oh, now we're gonna dance the blues away. And if I'm feeling good to you, you're feeling good to me. There ain't nothing we can do or say. Feeling good, feeling fine. Oh, baby, let the music play. Oh, oh, listen to the music. Oh, oh, listen to the music. Oh, oh, listen to the music all the time. Like a lazy flowing river, surrounding castles in the sky. And the crowd is growing bigger, listening for the happy sound. We're gonna have to let them go. Oh, listen to the music. Oh, sweet, sweet music. Oh, listen to the music all the time. Oh, listen to the music. Oh, listen to the music. Oh, listen to the music all the time. Woo! Woo! That's a rough one there, man. That one's some heavy, hardcore strumming there. Whew. All right, let's take a break. Let's take a break. It's after 7 a.m. It's usually closing time at the mornings with Crazy Old Weird Bearded Guy show, but we're just going to kind of go on and on and on until we get a signal to stop, and then we're going to stop. But thank you for joining me this morning. It's awesome. It continues to be awesome because I've got people here that are actually here and interacting with me, and that makes it even more awesome. I can sit here and play music and drink coffee and do bong hits by myself and talk, but it's so much more. It means so much more. Yeah. Fire and Rain was great. Oh yeah, Fire and Rain. The Doobie Brothers. Listen to the music. Joey said it's one of his favorite songs, which is cool. I've seen the Doobie Brothers twice. And the Doobie Brothers I grew up on. I grew up on looking at that album with the horses and the overpass that ends. I remember that overpass. I remember when that overpass was there and it still hadn't been finished, and they had used it for the album cover, and it had remained there for years because they just hadn't finished that junction there up, I believe, on the 210 and the what is that, the 110. I think it was the 210 and the 110 going down into LA, and I believe that's what it was. Hey, peace, Lucy. Take care of yourself. We'll see you hopefully soon. Come on back, Carolina on my mind. Yeah, totally. Thank you. Peace and love. Take care of yourself. Be good to yourself. Be good to the world. See you soon, hopefully. Please share this because we're trying to get more people to watch for the Halloween show. So if you can get other people to show up, that'd be great. Open invitation, man. Everybody's welcome. This is like, yeah, bring it on, man. Remember to. Yeah. That's awesome. I hope you remember to come back. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, when it was a long time ago, the 70s, but a lot of it is really, really clear. A lot of it is really, really clear in my head still. So like I said, we're going to be around this morning until I hear noises that the house is waking up. I don't expect it to happen too soon. And lately my wife just gets up, and if she's got nothing to do, she'll just go back into the room, lay down in bed, watch TV, or sit up and have coffee or something. Country Road by JT. Country Road. Oh, yeah, okay, Country Road. Right. See if I can find the right place for it. I had to go to a couple of different sites to find chords and lyrics and stuff, because I don't read music, so I have to read tablature, and sometimes the songs, the tablature just doesn't work out, and then I have to try to remember the song. Walking on a country road. Yeah, I'm going to have to listen to it. I can't find the melody. I can't find the melody. It's more like a malady. Well, I've been having fun this morning. You know, like I said, I don't usually get to play too much, so this has been great. And I don't think I've done too bad with the songs that I kind of know. That last one was pretty fun. I think that was the best Up on Roof that I've done so far, so that was nice. I think I'm getting better at Up on the Roof, and that would be great. Because I like adding those old songs to my repertoire. Not that I have much of one. Noises. There we go. Put a little noise on there. I think I have enough coffee in there to get another half a cup. I think I might do that. Let's do some headphones, and we'll just kind of play it by ear and see if I'm gonna get the house to myself still, or are we gonna start making kitchen noises? And then I'll figure it out if Walking Man JT. Let's take a look at that one. Yeah, that's it. Oh, it's got some weird chords. A is sustained 4, A7 sustained 4, a B, D major, B flat sustain. I don't know. This all looks. Let me take a look at the chords here. The chord chart. Yeah, that looks too complicated for me. There's a lot of chord changes. I'm a simple man. Under the Boardwalk. See, now we're talking. Let's do Under the Boardwalk and see what that one looks like. Okay, let me get rid of this. Yeah, there we go. The Drifters. Let's try that one. Wait. Gotta get rid of that thing there. Alright, let's try this one. Let's try Under the Boardwalk. Oh, the sun beats down and melts the tar up on the roof. And your feet get so hot, you wish your tired feet were fireproof. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah. On a blanket with my baby is where I'll be. Under the boardwalk, under the sun, under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun under the boardwalk. We'll be walking above under the boardwalk. We'll be falling in love under the boardwalk, 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 boardwalk. I gotta figure out that boardwalk there, but that's not too bad. Thank you, WW. Boardwalk, boardwalk, boardwalk. Maybe? Let's see. Under the boardwalk, boardwalk. Under the sun, under the boardwalk. We'll be having some fun under the boardwalk. People walking above under the boardwalk. We'll be falling in love under the boardwalk. Boardwalk. There it is. There it is. There's the dented beetle. Oh man. From the park you can hear. From the park you can. Oh, the sun beats down and beats the tar up on the roof. You wish it. And your shoes get so hot. You wish your feet would fireproof. Right. Oh, the sun beats down and burns the tar up on the roof. And your shoes get so hot, you wish your tired feet were fireproof. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah. On a blanket with my baby's where I'll be. Under the boardwalk, out of the sun, under the boardwalk. We'll be having some fun under the boardwalk. People walking above under the boardwalk. We'll be falling in love under the boardwalk. Boardwalk. From the park, you can hear the happy sounds of the carousel. And you can almost taste the hot dog, French fries they sell. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah. On a blanket with my baby, where I'll be. All right, I'm gonna have to write that one out. I'm gonna have to put that one into the old repertoire there and fuck with it some more. Because I could totally walk on the board, man. I could totally listen to the original. Get the exactly. There's the there you go. I'm gonna have to. I got the original here somewhere. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one there. Right on, WW for coming up with the shit, man. I can dig it, man. I can totally fucking dig that shit. Yeah, I can. Oh, kitchen's open. So now I'm going to have to write them down because they're not saved all the time. Totally. Wasn't me. Oh, really? Thank you for that.
I got perfect timing and rhythm.
That's one thing that I can do is strum, but it's rough. It is really rough sometimes to coordinate the hand and the mind and the voice and the breathing and all of that shit, and then try to get some kind of tempo going on. Let's see, we got Working Class Hero. Up on the roof. On the boardwalk. We've already got the, listen to the music. Walking Man and Country Road. Let's try those. I know the chords. Don't bat on one of those. Give that a whirl and see what we got there.
Yeah, baby.
That's fun. That's some fun stuff right there. Mm-hmm. There's another one that I listen to so much. Air Supply is still touring. Yeah, a lot of those guys were. Did you watch the last video Time Machine with the Geraldo Rivera special on 2020 about the longevity of rock and roll and how they're still performing live music, and that was in the 80s, and how they've increased that by like twofold. I mean, come on, that's crazy.
Did I just say that?
Yeah, to fold or not to fold. That is the laundry question.
Just bag it. Just bag it, man. Just throw it in the drawer. It's done.
But it'll wrinkle.
Yeah, I got an Air Supply for you.
Music is so fun. It's something that I don't do like well or as a profession, but it's always, since I was 15, I've had a guitar. And it's been more of a companion than something that I wanted to learn. If I was forced to go to classes and learn and do all that, then it would be like a job, and I would not want to do that. I've tried that before. Hi, Sam. Good morning, Sam. Hi. Good morning. So it's just, they're just companions for me, right? Friends that I can pick up and fiddle around with, noodle with, and have fun with. So, yeah. I'll come get some coffee if there's any left in there, dear.
I'll have a little extra shot.
A little extra shot. Totally. I like the fact that these old bands are still touring in some form or another. You know, so you still have a chance to hear some of that music live. There are some great tribute bands out there. Fantastic tribute bands that really put their all into it. Remember the Air Supply album with the hot girl sitting on a urinal? Do I have that one? Let me see if I've got that one. I've got some Loverboy, I think. I think the one I have is just the butt in the red pants. Yeah, ass pants. That's the one I have, Loverboy ass pants. That's it. That's all there is to it. I just wanted to show you that ass pants. I remember that one. Yeah, it was kind of gritty. It's kind of gritty. It's like the one of was it Cheap Trick in a bathroom? Doesn't Foreigner do it? No, I think it's Cheap Trick. Maybe a Foreigner does one too. You know, I know there's that good one, Who's Next, from the Who, where they're all standing around that concrete pillar thing, and they've all just pissed on it. That's a good one. That's a good album cover there. Oh, Sam. Hi, Sam. Come here and say good morning. Come here, Sam. Come on. Come say good morning. Come on. Come here. Give me kisses. Sammy. Looked away. Come here. Hugs and kisses. Give me bases. Come here. Come say good morning. Come here. Come on. Up. Up. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Good boy. This is Sammy. He's come to say good morning. Oh, let's get right there. There we go. Hi. Hi, Sam. Good morning, Sammy. Good morning. How are you? Can I get a kiss? Beso? Beso? No besos? I'll give you a kiss. How's that? You don't like to be on camera? Oh, they're gonna find you now, huh? You've been hiding. Now they're gonna find you. They know where you're at now. They know where you're at. All right, buddy. There you go. There you have it, Sam. He's adorable. He's the alpha dog in the house. He runs the show. He keeps everybody in line, including me. Oh, he just looked at me. He said, "Don't fuck with me, asshole. I'll tear you up." He's a funny dog. He is really a funny dog. Funny guy. I can't believe that it's almost 7:30. It's almost 7:30. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with myself. Well, I do, but I can't do it here. Let's see if there's another song that we can fiddle around with this morning that we haven't done in a while. Or maybe not. Maybe later. Maybe later. Maybe later, alligator. Well, I don't know who's going to show up here in the third hour of this morning's show, but that's where we're at. We're right in the heart of hour 3. We just may make it to the end of the hour. You never know. I don't know what's going on this morning, so it's kind of a hit and miss situation. I know that I don't have to leave this morning. Not that I recall. So, in that case, we could probably stay around a little bit longer. Why the heck not? I've got an Eagles book, so every once in a while I bust that out and try to do an Eagles song. Once again, a lot of finger picking, and I just do some strumming. So, and as long as my stomach or my body doesn't revolt against me this morning and send me running out of here, we should be okay this morning. We have one dog who, if you say, "Oh, you're so cute," he looks at you and goes, "Yeah, I know it." What? Literally, he's so adorable, and he knows it. You say cute, and he actually goes into cute mode. He actually gets cuter. If you say the word cute to him, he gets cuter. On purpose. He knows the word. He knows when somebody's calling him cute. "Oh, you're so cute." And then he just goes boom. It's like, oh my God, can he get any cuter? And then he does. He does. Oliver. I'm trying to figure out cute little Halloween costumes for them. Simple stuff. I think Sam would look really good in like a black leather vest. That's all. Just a black leather vest with, something on the back. Bite me or something on the back. Some spikes. Some shiny silver stuff on there. The other dog, Oliver, he's white with little brown spots. He looks like biscuits and gravy. That's what he looks like. just a little bow tie. I think just a little bow tie on him would be a perfect costume, right? Maybe a vest, a little sweater vest or something would look really cute on him. A little sweater vest that's got little tiny white sleeves poking out and a little white collar poking out, right? But just a little sweater vest and a little bow tie. That would look cute. And then, of course, Tootsie. She would look cute just about anything. She's a Chiweenie dog, long and sausage-like. So she'd look good in a tutu. She'd look good as a hot dog or a Tootsie Roll. Her name is Tootsie, so a Tootsie Roll would work. Some kind of costume like that, right? Something simple. Something so that when the kids come to the door, they see the costumed dogs. Or we can take the dogs and walk them around, you know, in their little costumes. And do reverse trick-or-treating. Stop by the kids' houses and say, hi, here's your candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Oh, little baby. So what's going on out there, people? I think I've about used up my my musical talents for this morning. I'm kind of back on waking up mode. That worked for a little bit, but it made me nervous while I was doing it. I think more so while Lucy was here. I think while Lucy was here, I was kind of nervous because I had not played for her before, but I have played for you, WW, so I think that's where it was a little easier hanging out with you. It's easier when I've kind of hung out with somebody before, you know, and I know that I'm not going to, like, send them screaming. So that's cool. That's totally cool. Like I said, we're in the third hour this morning, about halfway through the third hour, and I think this is going to be wrapping it up this morning. I think we are going to get to a point here shortly where we are going to call it quits for the day, so I can get about with my business and do what I gotta do. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Otherwise, man, I'm having a ball. I can't wait till Halloween. I've got a little bag of cobwebs here that I promised I was going to get. So head games, that's a good one. So I'm going to put some cobwebs over in my passenger seat here area for the truck and put a lot around the front door. And hopefully get a pumpkin and carve a jack-o'-lantern a couple of nights beforehand and put it out there, because we don't want it to rot before Halloween. So we'll probably get it a night or two before Halloween and then cut it up and put it out there on Halloween night, or no earlier than the night before Halloween. But because it'll go bad, especially if you put a candle in it and then during the day it gets warm. Oh man, that thing rots real quick. It just caves in on itself and starts growing. It's the one with the urinal girl. Head games. See, they're head games. That's it. Urinal girl. Oh yeah. See, I figured there was a couple of urinal ones. Are you just mentally behind me like I am with the rest of the world? Or is your thing running slow like mine does a lot? I have to punch my thing in and see if there's a minus number on my live feed, which means I'm just playing from stuff that's away in them. It happens, you know. But yeah, I knew there was a couple of urinal. I don't need a lot of candy. I'm going to need more candy for myself. We don't have trick-or-treaters. I'm hoping I get more people that show up on the show, because chances are I'm going to get at max probably 2 trick-or-treaters. That's it. And there'll probably be toddlers. So I'll have candy for the parents and toddler stuff, Cheerios and Goldfish for the kids. That's it. Nothing fancy. That's all. That's all. Now, if we were to put costumes on the dogs and took them around and walked them around and went door to door, that would be fun. I'd still like to do some kind of community involved picnic day thing that eventually would turn into a block party where we're going to actually have live music and do more than just the little community mobile home park thing, in which we would probably go around up and down a couple of streets and invite locals to come and hang out and have a block party. You know, we can't block off a street here, but what we could do is block off a portion of the mobile home park, and people can walk over or park on the street, and then we could have a small place in the middle of our mobile home park with a little stage with some music and some food and benches and, you know, and eventually grass and something appealing, right? Okay, super fast, but super slow going to you. That's usually the way it is. It's coming through live, but you're sending it over the thing. I totally get that. Yeah, totally. I miss block parties. When in the 80s, sometimes there would be a block party down on a street that dead-ended at the lake. And they would set up at the end of the street or in somebody's yard or block off both ends of two streets that would come down, and then the connecting street, they would just block it off. So that that whole street and the 4 houses involved in that dead end area, they would all be kind of the party houses. And you could literally go in one house, hang out, use the restroom, go to the kitchen, go across the street to another house and into the backyard, hang out in somebody's room, and then go to the next. And it was just, that's the way it was. And I wouldn't go that far, but it would be neat to have an area that's devoted to gatherings, right? Eventually get together and take a big patch of dirt that's out there and seed it and have fucking grass, you know. It's hard to do because nobody wants to pay for the water. We would literally have to have hoses running around so people could donate water to it, right? That would be kind of... There's a small spot up here that has a faucet, and it's under a tree, and it's not a huge spot, and it would be perfect to just grow a little piece of grass. And everybody on the East Coast, my messages are instant, but going all the way across the country, it's slow. Yeah, that's it, exactly. Well, it's a long drive, man. It's a sheesh. That's a long way to go. So I would expect it to take a while. I mean, round trip, sheesh, you're looking at 30 seconds. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, man. That's not too bad. I wish I could teleport around in 30 seconds. Man. So what are we doing tomorrow? Tomorrow's Old Time Radio Wednesday, and I think that we are going to listen to some more old time radio. Let me go ahead and get my stuff off of the table here. Oh, this TV guide is just bumming me out. I'm going to put it away. The cover is coming loose on it, and it's just going to get worse the more I mess with it. So, there we go. I keep brushing off pieces of it. It's an old one. So let's see, tomorrow we're going to play some more news and commercials. From the past radio stations, right? OTRW, Old Time Radio Wednesday. And we also have the option of listening to some radio shows. I'm going to pull up some TV stuff that we can start watching together. Blocks of commercials and whatnot. Some news broadcasts. That'd be great. I'd like to do like a news broadcast on like a flashback or throwback day. That'd be neat. What I really need is an assistant. Somebody who can help me with research and putting together short videos, gathering elements and materials and stuff. That would really be helpful. Or at least somebody to help me to start in that direction and then manage a schedule so that I can regularly get done with my show, spend an hour preparing for that same show the following week, you know, or at the very least preparing for tomorrow's show. Wow, that means a lot, WW. Thank you. I consider you a very, very good friend too. I don't have many best friends, so my best friends are from 40 years ago, and they don't really consider me a best friend anymore. So I appreciate that. Yeah, you're one of my best friends. There's somebody that I talk to every day, Joey, somebody that I talk to every day. Yeah, so you're more than an irregular like Joey. You're one of those kooky guys. Thanks for that. I appreciate that. And right back at you, ditto. That's cool. That's totally cool. I liked. It's not just validation, right? It's personal. It means something, right? I don't know what. No, it means, you know, that there's a connection there, and I appreciate that. I'm not going to harp on it. I'm not going to dwell on it. All right, let's just move along, or we'll start getting mushy. We'll start getting mushy. I'm going to take this off now because I don't think I'm going to be doing any more live music this morning. I think I'm done. I am going to be winding. Oh, you're two nuts. Yep, that's it. Couple of nuts. The odd, weird nuts, the funny shaped half a cashew, and the peanut that's got that weird stuff on it, you know, at the bottom of the tin that nobody wants to eat. Those are two nuts. That's us. That's it. A couple of kooks. Yeah. Tomorrow, like I said, it's up in the air. I would really like to get some kind of scheduled to work on schedules. That would be great. What's going to go on the rest of the week? Thursday, I got nothing written here. I know that I'm not going to work on... Did my bong just start smoking? Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. The little blue one on the corner of the screen has always been smoking. So if you didn't notice it at first, it kind of takes you by surprise because you look around the screen, you see all this stuff moving around. You don't really, if you're on a phone, you don't really notice it right away. But yeah, that little blue bong is smoking, and it's been smoking the whole time. That's it. I put a smoking GIF in there, GIF, whatever you fuck your GI have. I put that in there, just like the steam, the animated steam coming off of that coffee cup. Little things that I find that I can use, and I'll probably spend some time doing more of this, finding elements to put on the show during the live stuff, and eventually come up with a live show format for season 5, because I do want it to change somewhat and evolve a little bit. I tell you, man, sometimes your eyes just, they don't pay attention. I'm driving around sometimes, and I'll drive by something and go, has that always been there? And they'll be like, yeah. And then it's usually because if I'm usually driving, so I miss a lot of stuff while driving. And then when I'm not driving, I'll be looking out the window going, hey, what's that? Jeez, dude, that's been there forever, man. What's your problem? Wake up, dude. What, are you asleep? Yeah, asleep at the wheel. Totally. Totally, man. Yeah, I was going to say something, but then I realized I had nothing to say, so I thought better of it. Usually when that happens, I just make shit up. It is the little things, you know. That's what she said. It's the little things. Oh, that's harsh. Oh. So, I'd like to start playing some movies again on Monday, and I think, you know, my biggest thing is I need more hard drive space. So I'm kind of limited right now on creating new videos or new files to share stuff. So it's kind of hard to organize. I can just look around like I did this morning with photographs and kind of do that, but that gets kind of tedious. Yeah. I'll probably put together slideshows that I can put on this computer and just click a button and then it goes to a slideshow and then we watch pictures. But I like using my mixer because I can drop myself in on a screen and make things different. You know, wow, little things that count. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 little things. That's it. Little things. It's the little things. That's just kooky. Little things. What, like a tab of acid? That's small. It's the little things. I got a roach here. Hear me now and forget about me later. I'm going to go crazy. Well, I'm somebody's best friend. Gosh. That's neato. That's neato, man. So at some point, we could probably do a phone call, a live phone call. We can also do a live video chat at some point, so we've got some actual back and forth. Kooky and spooky. That's us. Halloween kooks. Kooks and spooks. And that way we can, you know, and that's one of the things that I really want to incorporate into the morning show and the live stuff is more face-to-face interaction with irregulars and bring them on as guests and guest hosts. That would be great, because I can just put you in a screen next to me and now you're guest hosting, right? And you're right there, we can hear your voice, we can have interaction. Elvira. I was just thinking about watching some Elvira. There's a series that she did, 13 Spooky Nights or 13 Nights of Elvira, but she also did a couple of movies, most recently in like 2000s. But she was just in a Cassandra Peterson, I think is her name. She is awesome. She looks nothing like Elvira with all the makeup gone and without the bra pushing her boobies together, because she's not really endowed like Elvira. She's wearing a push-up, well-rounded piece, a prosthetic, in order to get that cleavage. But I saw a lot of that at the Renaissance Fair. Girls wearing bodices to prop up their goods. Yeah, Elvira, one of my favorite characters. I'll definitely watch some Elvira. She's a kook. she was a kook. I like it when she would like guest star on places as Elvira. I think she did like the last season of Chips, right? I think she was on the last season of Chips as a guest. She would host and show old horror movies and talk about them. Yeah, that was a great. And then she would do MTV Live Halloween night special, where she'd do the same thing. She would just host, and they'd show videos, and she was the host for the night. That was pretty cool. She was funny. She was a funny lady. I'm sure she's still around, right? But she don't do Elvira anymore. Yeah, she's a cool chick. Totally, man. I believe she was Cassandra Peterson. Gosh, I hope I'm right. Am I? I don't know. I don't know. It is. I was right. Cassandra Peterson. There she is. Yeah. And there she is now, or recently now, relatively now. And that's Elvira out of costume there. It may be subject to copyright, so we're going to pull that off. We just wanted to show Cassandra Richardson there. And she's a beauty. She's still a beauty. I'm just looking for her information here. But it looks like she's still alive and kicking. As far as I can tell. Yep, born 1951. So she's 76, almost 77 years old. And let's see what she's doing. The last thing she did was 2022. She was on the Munsters. Wow. As Barbara Carr. In 2021, she did 6 episodes of Netflix and Chills with Dr. Elvira. Huh. She did an episode of The Goldbergs in 21. And the last time she did her show, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark type stuff, was a short in 2021. 40th anniversary in 21, TV miniseries, 4 episodes. So she stayed pretty busy up until quite recently. That's pretty cool. Morticia Addams. No, not really, because you can't really compare Elvira to Morticia Addams, because they were two totally different, not characters, but characters. Their character was completely different in nature. She was her hair, her big. She had that hair that made her head look big. She had this big thing going on in her hair. She had quite a lot of cleavage. She was a smart-ass, smart-mouth, smarmy broad, a tough chick, one that didn't take no shit. She was way different than, I think maybe, I can't even say in the makeup, you know. She was quite a unique character. God, she was on the dating game once, right? I mean, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy, man. She did a lot of weird stuff. She was pretty weird. And she's been busy all through the 2000s and the 90s and the 80s. going all the way back to the 70s. Happy Days. She played a girl Lola, a burlesque dancer on Happy Days. A sexy hooker on Flying High TV series. Beyond Westworld, Dance Hall Girl. Cheech and Chong's Nest movie, A Hostage. A dinner party guest on a movie Coast to Coast. And then in 1981, she did Elvira's movie macabre, The Devil's Wedding Night. And she played herself Elvira, or that character. And then she played four characters between then and New Wave Theater TV series as Elvira, one episode. She was Jekyll and Hyde together in, again, Busty Nurse, Redhead in Harper Valley PTA, the TV show, Open All Night, a TV show, and a neighbor on King of the Mountain, a movie. After her second, the New Wave Theater as Elvira, she pops up more and more as Elvira, but she still maintains a role as the actress Cassandra Peterson, right? She's Elvira in Chips, and then she's in Stroker Ace, the girl with lugs, not lungs. In some TV shows, Judy on St. Elsewhere, Fantasy Island, and then she really gets into Elvira, and pretty much everything after that is Elvira, and then something weird pops up once in a while. My live. Lucy. Hi, Lucy. I'm still live. I'm still on. I'm here. You're back. Yay. I don't know when that comment popped in, because I was over here going blah, blah, blah. But if you're back, yay, I'm happy you're back. I am going to be here till the top of the hour, so about another 8 or 9 minutes. My neighbor dresses as Elvira on Halloween. He just looks just like her. That's great. That's hilarious. I love it. That's cool. I'm going to be a trucker. I'm going to be a 1970s trucker for Halloween, which is why I have my trucker set here, driving down the road, driving my truck. So I'm going to be doing that on Halloween. That's all. Nothing fancy. I've got the costume because I just happen to have all those elements. And I'm going to be a truck driver for Chiquita Banana. So here's my Chiquita Banana hat. And I'm going to wear that. And I got to get this thing steamed and sitting out so that it's all poofed up again, because it's getting kind of flat. Getting kind of flat on me. So tomorrow is Old Time Radio Wednesday. I might be a draft dodger. Oh no. Hey, we're a Dodger draft, right? I mean, you could be a first base person, and we don't know, So there you go. You could be drafted by the Dodgers. Could be. I'm a Dodge drafter. I like to draw my van. Tomorrow's Old Time Radio Wednesday, and we're going to listen to some old time radio stuff, some old commercials, some old news broadcasts, and talk about old radio stations and what we liked to hear on radio. In fact, let's talk about some Dr. Demento tomorrow too. That'll be fun. And then, of course, Throwback Thursday and Flashback Friday. We're going to do just that. We'll probably look at some more pictures and some news and movie trailers and that kind of stuff. Weird stuff. Whatever we can dig up, we'll play around and look at. And then, of course, there's always the opportunity for live music. And thank you for hanging out this morning, so I could play some live music. It's kind of boring to sit here with myself. Old Time Radio. If you want to look at the Old Time Radio Wednesday playlist on my channel, you can find a lot of old time radio shows. Dragnet, The Shadow, Green Hornet. I think I'm one episode of Green Hornet. I've got a lot of stuff on there. All of the X-1, all of the Dimension X, a lot of Suspense, The Whistler, Lone Ranger. We will have a pizza. Have pizza will travel. Totally. Pizza day. We'll have pizza day. I'll give you a pizza of my mind. Which is what I do every day, so there you go. I try to theme every day of the week, so we've got something to talk about. And then I'm open to options about what's going on. To recap, the movie of the week is Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park, and the album of the day is Obscured by Clouds, Pink Floyd soundtrack from The Valley. La Valley. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I don't do French, right? The movie The City of the Dead is great, 1960, Christopher Lee. Ooh, City of the Dead. City of the Angels. Shut up. Christopher Lee. I was just looking at a bunch of Christopher Lee movies last night, thinking on which one I want to watch, right? It's great that all those old guys always did classic horror, but they also did classic literature too. So you could see a lot of those guys in, my favorite is Sherlock Holmes. To see those old farts doing their version of Sherlock Holmes, kind of aimed in a horror kind of theme, Pizza My Heart, Janis Joplin, right? Japis Johnlin? What? I don't get it. Totally. City of the... Shut up! Knock that shit off. So, we're going to do more live music tomorrow. We're going to try to do live music every day. Every week I'll try to come up with a song or two to add to the list of stuff to do. When I get some ink, I'll start printing these things out so that we don't play the same stuff every day. We can start moving around. WW had some great thoughts with the Drifters this morning, on under the boardwalk, and Working Man. That's great. Country Road. So we're going to be looking at some more of these songs, which is Coven, Who Runs Little Town, which is great. Great. The City of the Dead. I can't wait. Eerie Technicolor. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I like a good Halloween movie. I'm not into the modern horror stuff because it's too over the top. They try too hard to make it so realistic that it burns into your psyche, and your mind doesn't know the difference between a real memory and a movie memory. So you've got this shit hanging around in your head, right? And it becomes a part of who you are, right? So, yeah. Well, come on back tomorrow, Lucy, and I will put on some Grateful Dead to play in the background. How's that? Because we can always listen to Grateful Dead. So I'll do that. I'll put together one of the shows that I've got. I've got to put together another show. I'm going to try to find that Halloween show from 1985 and have that to have as my background music on Halloween night. Halloween night, we're doing a party. So come on back. Party starts at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And that should be right about the time that we should have finished with trick-or-treating kids. So we're going to do that. That should be fun. And I'm just going to sit here in my truck and talk trucker lingo and listen to trucker sounds and listen to some Grateful Dead, and every once in a while pull up my guitar and put my feet up on the dashboard and play the guitar. Pull off to a rest stop and play the guitar for a while. And I might even have a cocktail or a drink. The thrills and the chills of witchcraft today. Yeah, join your local coven. Yeah, sign up today. See your local witch about joining a coven. Totally. That sounds great. I like those 1980s cheeseball horror movies, you know, Fright Night, you know, Lost Boys, stuff that's funny and over the top, and it's got blood and gore and stuff, but it's totally cheeseball, so you get it, you know. Trucking, got my chips cashed in. I'm gonna eat my chips because I'm hungry. I'm gonna get some dip, some bean dip, and just scarf them chips right down. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, now this morning I'll have my usual cream of wheat, and and then move right into lunch here soon. You know, I'll probably chill out for a while, and then there's another one, JGB. You know, there's a Tower Theater in San Francisco, Sacramento area, and it was a family-owned theater, and then next to the theater was a family-owned Tower pharmacy, Tower, it was just a store, right, like just a little market, I believe, I can't remember, bookstore, right, it became a bookstore. And then the son decided he wanted to start selling records, 45s, in the Tower store. And eventually it got so popular that he had to start his own Tower Records and put it all over the San Francisco area, and then eventually put one down in on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood, which is the one that I remember from my childhood, was the Jerry winked at me that night. Oh my gosh, really? That's so cool. BBC Old Radio Series got Appointment with Fear. No, I haven't. Let me write that down. But that reminds me, I want to bring out some of my old BBC. Yeah, Tower Records. Tower Records, yeah. You know what? I went and saw Lucas Nelson and Promise of the Real locally here. And Lucas Nelson, of course, is Willie Nelson's kid. And he was playing a song. A couple of times he played a song where he made eye contact with me. And he made eye contact with me and smiled and gave me a nod, which was really cool. He acknowledged that I was there. And that made me feel good, like I had some kind of connection there with the artist. Great artist. He's right now he's separate from his band. They debanded, and now he's doing a solo career, trying to get out and do his own thing. Because he's a hell of a songwriter and performer, just like his father. Crazy stuff. If you don't know Lucas Nelson, you got to check out Lucas Nelson. I have a Tower Records deal on my channel. It is called, what is it called? Crazy Old Weird Bearded Guy out buying records and stuff. I believe is what it's called. My mom was a big Willie head. Oh yeah, Oh yeah, telling you. Let's see, out buying records and stuff. Out buying records and stuff. Season 1, episode 1, Tower Records, is what that is. And I am gonna go here and do that there. And actor also in the city did named Valentine Dial. Point with her. Ooh, I like that. I love to learn stuff about stuff, right? It's like cool. I'm just going to my live show here, what's happening now, and I am pulling down to the comments. Come on, load comments. Lee has a strain of medicinal marijuana at the dispensary. Oh, well, it's a strain, or is it a brand? Because they can name a strain after anybody, but it's a brand, which a lot of people have brands. James Belushi has a brand. The Belushi Brothers. No, it's not the Belushi. It's called the Blues Brothers or something. But he has his own farm and dispensary. You can find his shit on YouTube all the time. Okay, so this is paste and enter. And that is my show, Tower Records. There you go. He does gummies now. Sure, why not? I would think so. When you get so old, and you can, get your. And also drink some stuff that has extracts in it, marijuana extracts too. But if you get a chance, if you're interested to Tower Records, there's that little teensy 15-minute documentary I did on Tower Records. And I just did some research and wrote some copy, and found some images and stuff. Willie Weed is the brand. Willie Weed. My father at UCSD was in the communications curriculum. And he had to do commercials and short video projects and all kinds of weird stuff. And he put together this little short movie that we had to film or record on videotape. And it was called Wild Willie and His Wacky Weed Seeds, I believe is what it was called. And Wild Willie was the son of Wild Bill. My father was Wild Bill, a biker, and I was his biker son, Wild Willie. And I traded the family Harley Davidson for a handful of these seeds and grew a giant marijuana plant in our backyard. And we knew a one-eyed biker who played the monster, the giant. And my father created, and it was a white rabbit that laid quaaludes. Only my father could come up with this. But I have aspirations of bringing that video, which I have, bringing that video to the channel and introducing it as the grandfather, Bill Sr., and then Wild Bill would be Bill Jr., and then Wild Willie would be Bill the Third, William the Third, right? So that's kind of one of those things on the back burner there. But when you said Willie Weed, it was like, wow, Wild Willie and His Wacky Weed Seeds. That totally takes me back. I remember shooting that. I remember the video cameras, my brother working the video camera, my father and I doing stuff in front of the camera, me running the camera at the giant, looking up at the giant. very limited special effects. We climbed a tree and hung big paper marijuana leaves in the tree, right? And that was how we got away with that. I was like, oh my God, look at that plant. And then we were in the tree climbing with leaves. And it was just hilariously stupid. But it was really fun. And my father was always getting as much as he could out of, what do you call it? See, I'm limited in my capacity to think right now. Probably because I'm hungry. But yeah, we did a lot of fun, weird video projects back in the late 70s, early 1980s. But only for a couple of years while he was at university. And he'd bring home cameras and we'd record stuff. And then he'd take it back and then we'd take it to the studio and edit it. He'd pull me out of school a lot to do video projects. It was a lot of weird shit. But he was a kooky guy, so he always would come up with these weird half-baked ideas, and then he'd have to get me and my brother and sister to act it out, right? Have you always seen the Grateful Dead movie, recorded in 1970, released in 77? No, I don't think so. I've got a Grateful Dead DVD here that is just a New Year's show from 1987 at the Oakland Coliseum Arena in 1987, which is about the year that I first saw the Grateful Dead, was in about 1987. A girl that I knew, her parents, who we used to get dope from, her parents decided they were going to see the Grateful Dead, and they told us kids that they were going to see them. We're like, we want to go. And they said, no, you can't go. This is for adults. This is adult music, and you guys have no business being at a place like this. And we're like, that's not going to fly. As soon as you tell me not to do something, I'm going to do it. If you tell me to do something, I ain't going to do it. They said we're not allowed to go. A bunch of us kids piled into the car, drove all the way out to Irvine Meadows, hours away, and showed up in the parking lot and bought scalp tickets to get into the show. And then showed up right there where they were. Showed up right on their blanket and mooched their weed the whole fucking time. Dad'll teach you, tell us not to fucking show up. I will do 1974. Outstanding. Released in 77. Okay. So 77 GD movie. I'll have to check that out too. Check that out. My sister and I are the Led Zeppelin movie in the audience. Which Led Zeppelin movie? That song remains the same? Is that it? Is that it? Because that's a hell of a movie, and that's a wow. That's iconic. That's great, baby. Okay, so it's about time that I get out of here. It's after 8 a.m. here on the Pacific West Coast. I don't want to go, but my body is calling to me that I need to take care of eating and business and all of that stuff. So I have been up since about 3 o'clock this morning, and I've been out of bed since 4:20. So I need to get my act together. I'll be back in the morning. Hopefully at some point I'm going to start doing some nighttime shows, and I'm going to start doing some Saturdays and Sundays. I made the claim that when I come back at the first of the year, I'm going to start doing live stuff so that when I get done with the end of the year, I will have at least 365 shows for this upcoming year. It may not be every day, and I may do a couple of shows on one day, and I may show up and do 7 shows on 7 days. It just depends on what my schedule lets me do. We are at MSG, monosodium glutamate. Song remains the same. That is crazy. That is just, wow. Well, you are going to have to watch the DVD and tell me at what point I have to look for you, because I will totally do that. I will totally get the movie and watch it and see if I can find you all there. That's crazy. That's crazy. I've been at some shows before, man, but never even been on the big screen. Totally. Wow. Well, tomorrow's Old Time Radio Wednesday, and I think you should bring back some more stuff to talk about, right? And I'm hoping that we get some more people to show up and spread the love and talk about all kinds of cool stuff from their past. Tomorrow is radio. We're going to talk about radio stuff. I'll get an old radio and set it up here. I got radios I got radios up the wazoo here. It's all about radios. I'm radioactive, baby. The Firm, radioactive. I saw them in concert. They were great. Jimmy Page, woo, Paul Rogers. All right, now I'm just starting to ramble. Okay, people, it's time for me to get it together and get out of here for the day. So why don't I just go ahead and load up my end credits and boogie on out of here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I can't say enough how much I appreciate you guys. KMET rocks, dude. KMET rocks. Totally. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the encouragement and the well wishes about the music. And thank you for helping me to choose more music. Ramble on, sing my song, got a big dong, ding it dong. All right. Thank you so much. I will be talking to you tomorrow morning. Until then, y'all know what to do. Be nice, spread peace and love, not bullshit. Do something for yourself, but do something for somebody else too. Why? Because you can. Makes you feel good. Makes somebody else feel good. Makes the world a better place. Makes you a better person, right? I gotta get the right credits here. The end credits for my show, not the beginning. All right, people. Most especially, stay weird. Thank you. Take care of yourselves. Love you all. Because if you ain't weird, ain't nobody gonna be weird for you. You gotta put in the effort, right? You gotta put in the time. You gotta put in the dimensional whatever it is, man, right? Take care of yourselves, people. All right? Take care of each other. One world, one people. All right? Love you guys. You know, have fun out there. You only live in the now, so live it now. Take care of each other. Take care of everything around you. All right? Peace and love and all that. And I will be back at you tomorrow. Take care of yourselves and, oh yeah, adios. Stay weird, people. Stay weird. All right.